My name is Heather Coco Senza, Coco Chanel, YSL, Mrs. Smith. Where is Dylan? Inmate Y12173. Putting on makeup, ticket stacked. Says she's working, never that. Working is just not my jam. Rainbow mom with a master plan. Cadillac CTS, she blew up. Says it's stolen, sold for bucks. Team had to go crazy in her eyes. Calls a gang stalking nationwide. Tesla glare, headlights blink. Come in me, plate stalking is what she thinks. United States of Illinois. Crazy making curated lies. Stealing all of my stuff, spies. Fake eviction notice, surprise. United States of Illinois. Remo mom, cyborg mind, nefarious. The voices amplified.
Shout out to Alyssa and her mom.
Twins gone fast, text the boss. Sent the pic, that job was lost. Pregnant again in Chicago snow. Tinted Belmont toilet, no. I'm being tech box, can't you see? Held in a tent, conspiracy. Yacht club power extension cord. Hair dryer heat, fuck the law. They stole my kid. She screams online. A newborn in a tent. She's out of her mind. United States of Illinois. Healthcare expert beyond compare. Turkey mini love aroma in the air. They won't let me talk to my kids, unfair. United States of Illinois. Butter filters and ear tube mic noise. Look alive, investors hear my voice. Make it make sense, paranoid. Savior making faces at the cam. Gold pumps on, thinks he's glam. Eyebrows gone, that smile's a shame. Tight pants cutting off blood to the brain. Dresses like a lady, struts real proud. Thinks it's sweet made weed legal, what a clown. Doppelganger X, which one's real? Xavier's got a button, what's the deal? What is going on in his head? Shout out to Dolly Parton. ¿Cómo es en este pinche mundo? Que una mujer está llorando, gritando, llamando a la pinche policía y nunca vienen. Pero cuando está raining outside, tengo mucho frío, no tengo fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. Arrested, screaming, losing her shit. Don't take my mom bracelets, legit. Botox attack, half her face. They broke in and injected meat case. Pooping in her toilet again. Files police reports to the end. Feel like the kid's name scrambled tight. None of them is shit, she's not too bright. Says they remotely make her piss in her car. Excuse me, miss. United States of Illinois. I wanna file charges on everybody. Where are my sponsors? Somebody. The United States of Illinois. Pancakes and duster. It's a turn up.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to Feral Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Heather gave us like a mid-tier amount of content this week, and then Local Coco uploaded some oldies, so we'll watch those at the end. And Dylan and Marissa had a fight. If you watched the other streams, actually, I think we stream sniped 2 days ago. Some of that stuff you'll see today already. But that's okay. I think the things from Local Coco's channel I actually haven't seen, at least the old stuff. Unless I have, and I just don't remember. I was doing some other things before today, getting things together. I wanted to show Local Coco's Instagram first here, just because there was two things I wanted to show real quick. Xavier was posting weird pictures. These are Xavier's pictures that he posted of some weird woman on a shirt, and then Chicago. A man walking down the street. What else we got? The police in a truck, a police truck. a street again. And then the weird thing. I think this is the thing is looped now. And his name is now Straight and Married. Because Heather does not like him being trans. He's also not married. I'm pretty sure he's not straight or married. He's at least bi, but whatever. And then she also posted a funny comment under this that I want to show you before we get into today's stuff. And then that's Marissa. She got arrested. And then Dylan did a live stream after, like 3 days after she got arrested. So I guess she got out being crazy like they always are.
Eat for fuel. Your life will change. Be locked in on the phones. Be locked in life. Be locked in mentally, physically, spiritually.
You're an AI agent, bro. So Heather Gillespie thinks this guy is AI
And
for some reason.
importantly, get your
And then the replies are, this AI is getting out of control. I think you're correct, TechBox.
health on point. You guys gotta be eating like this. You are what you eat. Eat for fuel. Your life will change. Be locked in.
And the hashtag we were super cooked. I don't know what she thinks this is about. Like why it's so evil. Why it's so evil. Hello, Coco. So those are the two things I wanted to show from the Instagram. I guess I could show Marissa's mugshot real quick too. She was arrested for domestic violence or abuse or some shit. For domestic battery. That's what it was. Domestic battery. That's no good. Oh, those crazy kids. All right, I have everything else queued up here. So this is her Uber account's frozen and she needs help, but she's just washing her face during this. But it's frozen. She needs help. Help us. Help us. I don't think she says anything. AI agents. That's right, Patty. Patty, I just read the comment that you left your glasses at work. That's not good. Not good at all. And I also didn't realize it's Easter weekend? It's Easter weekend, you guys. Happy Easter.
Literally, the line at Sidetrack is down the entire block. It's
So this is Heather and Xavier go out on the town. Because that's what they like to do sometimes.
ridiculous.
Because they have no money apparently and they're getting evicted, but we gotta go out. Xavier insisted we go out.
Hopefully by the time we get there, it's already moved because they close in 1 hour. But Xavier insisted on coming out, so here we are.
We have to go out. We have to. So they got Tito's, handmade vodka, and Celsius. And that's an energy drink, isn't it? That's something I would do. There's Xavier in the back. No sound due to copyright. Oh, YouTube. Oh, thanks. Hey. I don't have to worry about that. That's good. I think shots play at some time, but that's alright. Oh, this is not in the right order. Hold on. I did this manually and it didn't save, I guess. Okay, we have to pull this down. So it did it by date, but I want this one like all the way down here. Oops. No, you stop there. Sorry, I just gotta fix something quick, you guys. There we go. This one goes here. I want this one down here too. I want this one at the end of that stuff. And then I think that's it. I think that's it. She cooked some food. It's better if I actually saved right now. Sorry. You didn't miss much. She's just cooking food. I just wanted to make sure I did this right. Now we're going back up. Why does it keep doing that? Stop. Oh my god. Why don't they have money? Nah, because she spends it on like stupid shit. Stupid dumb shit. Maybe they do have money. Heather just says I don't have money. She got fired from Uber. She's driving DoorDash now. She only made $5 an hour.
Hey, listen.
Pancakes are my favorite food. I love them so much.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have pancakes and smoked duster all day. Woo! It's a turn up!
At Kylie Mikey super chatted $6.87.
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you for the 10. I just realized I have it on 60 frames per second. Why do I have that? Why do I have it like that? Hopefully it'll be okay. Betty Davis says thank you for being a member for 17 months. Why is it on 60 frames per second? It's fine. It'll be fine.
You're not gonna cook them, are you?
What is it? It's the longest 3 minutes ever. I think this is to demonstrate that Heather Gillespie has never wielded or yielded a knife. She's only ever used knives to cut cucumbers because they're delicious, and she's always requesting them during meals, like she was saying last time. And those are some thick-ass fucking slices of What the fuck? It's like that thick. You eat a cucumber that thick? She loves them that much. She's just dropping them on the floor. She's just giving up, man.
Jalapeno size. Jalapeno.
Xavier's just mumbling jalapeno size? We can't even just try to slice them? You want them sliced thin, don't you? Cucumbers? Hey, Chrisanne.
It's almost gonna run out.
Okay. Abusively calling the DCFS with regards.
There we go. So here's the first stream. This will be good. I might have to fix the... Hold on. Let me fix the frame rate. It's gonna like glitch just for a second. Just for a second, I swear. Just 1 second. Am I back? Am I back? Are you guys with me? That should make things run better. I had it at 60 frames per second. Well, the fight I do, I just did a little tweak. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I back now? Yeah, I told you it was gonna glitch for a second. I told you. But if you can hear and see me, say, go blah, 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 blah. I forgot that there's probably like a 10-second delay. It's not like a 1 or 2 second delay. So when I said that, I did it right after. You guys probably didn't even hear me say that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably should have said that and then waited like 10 seconds for you guys to hear and then press that. But anyway, I was just fixing the frame rate because it was all wonky. Let's get back to, we didn't miss anything.
To Weston, saying untrue things, mistruths we'll call them. They did the same thing with Uber. And now my account is frozen. That's my full-time job 7 days a week. So now I'm back to driving DoorDash. We have to move in 30 days. We have nowhere to...
You can't hear me? Refresh it. Hold on. Give me a second. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. No, just refresh it. Just refresh it. Look. Blah, 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 blah. No, just refresh. You gotta refresh it. Refresh. I'm sorry, guys. You gotta refresh it.
to go unless I save up enough money. Making $200 to $400 a day driving Uber should definitely be enough for me to move, right?
It's my fault. It's because I changed the frame rate. I'm sorry.
But having my Uber account frozen 30 days before I need to be out of my apartment with a child in fucking DCFS's care and custody, who I need to still support 3 days out of the week, and 3 other grown children.
She doesn't really support him. She shows up at the visit, and then she plays on her phone, and then she films with her other phone, and then she just accuses the DCFS of making it crazy, making them crazy. I don't know. You gotta refresh it. ACB. Actually, can't hear me anyways.
Children
Tell them to refresh it.
who are between 12 and 19 years old who rely on me for things like food and gas and things of that nature, as they should, their children. We're all at risk of not having enough because of whatever the fuck you people have got going on. So now I've been on the meter for DoorDash for an hour and a half, and I've made $5.90 in an hour and a half. Started driving at 1 something and have made $5.90. So I know this is a wild fucking thing to know or to hear, but I do enjoy doing things in my life other than driving around delivering people their food, right? So if I could make the money that I need to make for gas, for food for my child, for food for myself, all the luxurious things life has to offer, to finish paying my car payment, which is now still $200 behind on a $700 monthly payment that was due on the 23rd, that'd be great. They never give me an explanation when they decide to start fucking with my money. They never fucking tell me anything or give any sort of reasoning that makes any sense or that holds any morals or values or ethics or logic. They just fuck with me. And like I've said about 100,000 times on and off camera, I would like everyone involved to be indicted. 6 years is how long on and off I spent.
No one's ever gonna get indicted.
Dealing with housing instability. 2 of those years, I had to sleep outdoors. I had to give birth to a child while I had nowhere to fucking go, while I was being denied shelter and employment. Then I got a job and was forced to sleep outdoors in a fucking moving blanket next to the MCA and go to work each day for 8 to 12-hour periods. I would like you all indicted. Stop fucking with my money, please, and thank you. I would like to move on with my life. Do you know how many people
Yeah, dude, yes.
I'm responsible for taking away their income? None. Do you know why? Because I stay focused on the things that I'm supposed to be doing, not the things that you're supposed to be doing. So DoorDash is what I'm doing now. And
No, that pancake guy's I didn't make. I just found him. He's just a placeholder. I gotta fix that.
And more than a bachelor's degree of education, more than 10 years experience in healthcare, 10 years experience in VIP nightlife, entertainment, etc., and so forth. 10 years.
Let me double check. What is going on, bro? I gotta I might have to not focus on chat if it's just gonna be a bunch of technical difficulties. I'll double check. It shouldn't do that. What are you doing to me, YouTube? It's on manual. Manual. So they shouldn't play. They shouldn't play unless I press that button, but I have not pressed the button. I hate when shit glitches.
Experience in social media marketing and PR, plus a plethora of other experience, but we're just here wasting gas and time and energy and wondering what the fuck is going on, because I've been.
Heather, the person who should know the most of what is going on, doesn't know what's going on at all. Ever. Never, ever.
In an apartment for a year and a half and barely able to fucking make ends meet for that entire time, and not because I haven't worked. I've worked 7 out of 7 days of the week. So either your fucking idea of what works in the world is broken, or there's something going on that I don't see or hear or know about. But this is definitely not a Heather problem. Heather's not doing what she's supposed to be doing. This is someone else's fucking problem, and that person should be held accountable.
I wonder who it is.
It is beyond frustrating.
Dylan
beyond
Smith.
frustrating.
inmate Y121.
And
73.
Xavier's here in the back seat. Still, he's going into year 5
He is passed the fuck out.
of not being able to work. So he has been unemployed for 5 years, with the exception of
What a crazy show that would be if Heather actually had to take care of Xavier and Weston in that small ass apartment, and she's just like, and anytime she gets any money, she just spends it on like Botox or stupid shit she doesn't need. I'm trying to think of I don't know, half a couch, get the pillow stolen. I need to come up with better shit.
Grubhub on a
It's been a long day.
bicycle. And this is, as I've always said, not a matter of unwillingness. This is a matter of being intentionally, with provocation and a plan, withheld employment opportunities for the purpose of leaving the person unable to protect themselves.
All those pictures he took, he's gonna sell them to National Geographic Chicago.
A person without any money
The streets of Chicago.
cannot protect themselves. If I run the gas out of my car right now and I don't have any money, I don't get to go see Weston tomorrow for my visit. I already went through this. The first year Weston was in care, I had to be on the fucking train and bus.
Well, then you can do that again. I don't know, just don't do that then. Make sure you have enough money or gas to see Weston tomorrow.
I work 7 days a week to pay for this car note.
Oh. So she was drinking? We can't show this. I mean, I can show this. I can't, where's the mute button? We don't have a mute button. Oh, I was doing that thing again. Play. So she was drinking. I seen people say she was huff a nail polish remover or huff a nail polish or something, but I couldn't find that. Maybe I missed that. I don't know. Oh, it didn't play. That's weird. It's just 2 pictures, anyways, and then that's her too. Just looking like that, and then she went to go visit Weston, but I'm not gonna play those videos because that would be weird.
April 2026. I have to move my apartment by May 1st, 2026, after complaining to my landlord about being broken into and harassed for months on end, asking for cameras to be installed, etc. and so forth, not being permitted to do so. Weston is still with these people, the
people, man.
alleged DCFS, and Xavier's mother, Celia, is who.
She was sniffing it? Oh. Right here. Here we go. I must have been reading chat like I just was now to highlight comments or whatever, and I missed her sniffing the nail polish, which is right here. That's good. That's convenient.
Has Weston during the days.
Yeah, that's weird. Why did she do that?
It doesn't feel like everything is normal. It feels like everything is very weird. My Uber account is frozen. They said that there's some sort of an issue
What is this thing hanging here? Is that outside or inside?
that I already objected to. I've been driving for 18 months with Uber and Lyft, and 6 years with all the other delivery platforms. So I just went ahead and submitted some sort of, I don't know what it's called, appeal or something along those lines. I'm tired of this shit. They're affecting my photos and videos again. They're making my photos and videos appear really bogus, undone, unkept, unedited. My belongings, they're making them look dirty. Even after I just left the car wash, they'll make the car look really dirty.
I don't know who they are or how they do that. Just like the environment, like dust gets on the car. Dust gets on every car. That's why car washes exist. You drive around, the wheels on the bus go round and round and kick up tires or kick up dust into the car. the surface of it.
Xavier is spreading around his belongings in the backseat of the vehicle.
Oh no. It's not me, I swear. I showed you guys. I don't know what's up with YouTube today. You guys should complain to them. You should say, hey, what is going on? What is going on? Do that. I do that sometimes, and they don't get back to me ever.
When I need the backseat of the vehicle for work, I'm delivering food in the absence of the Uber platform.
I don't even think she was driving people anymore, though. I think she was just doing like Uber Eats. I guess Uber Eats just pays better than DoorDash. I'm not sure. I've never done any of those jobs. But for some reason, if I'm remembering correctly, I think she was already banned from driving passengers. So I don't know what it could have been. There's been a bunch of theories because it can be from like getting repeated violations, which she has. She gets like a ton of violations. I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember who posted it. With Lyft? She's with Lyft now. Loco, did you post the list of reasons? Oh, I think it was, hold on. I think it was Your Highness. That's where I saw it. Or I'll grab it.
So I need space and I need it
Honda Shade Tree, thank you for being a good little angel for 7 months.
to be clean. Vivi has not responded to my calls in about 13 weeks. Haven't spoken with my mother.
You're not taking care of your kids. Like, I have to take care of all my kids. No, you're not.
My father, my stepfather, when I do speak with my father, it's very, very brief. And
Okay, so this is what the things could be. Well, why is it like that? Oh, it was Loco Coco, but it's like, well, I don't know why it's being so crazy. I guess because I have it like this. Oh, Mamma Mia. Let's. So she's been 86 from Uber. She deserves it. Yeah, so this is just like a Google search, basically what'll happen. I guess I could just like Google this, but I didn't know where to find it. Yes, Uber can freeze, deactivate your driver account for traffic tickets, particularly if they indicate unsafe driving, such as speeding over 20 miles per hour, reckless driving, DUI, or multiple violations in a 3-year period. Serious violations, multiple moving violations. About multiple tickets in a 3-year period. Yeah, she has over $5,000 in traffic and parking tickets and shit. Safety reports from passengers about unsafe driving that led to review or record. I'm sure like Xavier is not the best person to be delivering food. He's probably dropping pizzas. They're probably getting reported for that as well. Violations during trips. So it could have been any of these things. Is probably the most likely thing. They're not just gonna fire her for no reason, right? So I think that's what's up.
and doesn't seem like him, since he supposedly had his whole entire face opened and all of this stuff go on. I don't even know how to define.
Oh, I think she's talking about her dad, right?
It's just been awful. None of this.
Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, there's like a clip, and that was a while ago too. It's gone over that, but it was like $4,900 something dollars. She's just trying to get like every single ticket in Chicago, I think. She's like, oh no, hold on, you're about to get a ticket, move your car, I'll park there, let me get that ticket.
This is for entertainment. None of this is being done with my permission. My belongings continue to be tampered with intermittently, worse than ever before. I don't know what to do to stop it. All I fucking do is work. I'm frustrated. And
yeah, there was that time she hit something and then she was talking to the people. This is when she was still driving passengers around. She was like, that kid came out of nowhere.
I need things to move forward. My lawyer alleges that she's gone to in front of the judge multiple times. They're following me with cop cars. 1 second they're saying there are no police, there will be no police response. If someone is abusing me, raping me, robbing me, doesn't matter, don't even bother to call the police. That's what all my Uber riders are saying for an entire day. Then the next day I'm fucking being followed around by squad cars like you wouldn't even believe. 30, 40 squad cars all around my car in one fucking short 2 to 3 hour period. Like, it makes no sense. The intimidation, the game playing is all new levels. All new levels. My attorney text messages me after 3 months of not being responsive and says, quote, I haven't been able to file a motion to get in front of the judge either. I've been asking for 5 weeks to see the judge on an emergency motion, which is my right. So when we go back to 2019 and look at the time period when I was...
I think like running red lights, wouldn't Uber know about her running red light? I'm sure the haters will let Uber know that she's running red lights, and if they can verify that, I think that would be enough reason. Like, that is reckless driving, right?
2018 awarded full primary custody of...
Listen.
Let's stop right here for the ambulance! Everybody
I love this
watching for this ambulance, we need to identify this ambulance. Clearly trying to intimidate. Ambulance. Flage, fake as fuck, Flage. 870107. Murder them. Ha ha ha!
At Rocky Ramirez 831 super chatted $4.99. TGIF to all the real hard-working women, whether it's at home or the office. Not like this loser. Shower woo woo woo.
Thank you, Rocky. I appreciate you thinking for the 5. I should move that heart more over yonder before it disappeared. That's all right. It's probably around there.
My 3 big kids, and then from there I've been being withheld my rights, been being withheld my ability to argue my case, even though it's already in a court order.
She could. I just don't think she's arguing her case very well.
That I'm the primary custodial parent. They continue to ignore me, not allow me to see the judge.
She lost custody of her kids in like 2019.
I finally got back in to see the judge when, after Weston was born, they wouldn't even revisit the case, won't even address the case.
That has nothing to do with this case, that's why.
Won't even acknowledge the fact that this has already been into court, and it's just more weird shit. Shit that does not make sense in my frame of reality. So I have no idea what's going on. I'm very clean. I'm a very, very almost borderline OCD clean person. I can literally clean something and turn my back, and 2 seconds later it looks like a fucking dust storm went over it. It's filthy.
That really bothers her. I like someone put in chat, I think I highlighted it if I didn't, she looked like a Jedi in this outfit. She does. And who's that guy with the lightning out of his fingers? I don't know Star Wars that well. Yeah, I think he's the boss. I think he's like Darth Vader's boss or something. He's like, "Rrrr." That's who she reminds me of here, with that face and the evil cloak. Not a Jedi cloak. Sith Lord. Yeah, that's what that is.
It makes me literally start crying sometimes. It's like a joke for someone. I don't know what's going on. So they've limited my money. So
have you guys tried that new Discord game? There's like a weird Discord game where you just tap the fuck out of the space bar and the enter button like a bazillion times. Oh.
So much so that like I barely have $10
I mean, to stop her like that.
At any given time. I cannot function this way. I work all day, every day, so that I have some cushion in my wallet so that no one can harm me or abuse me. I intentionally work all day, every day, so that I can have enough money in my pocket to send my kid gas or to do whatever I need.
If you haven't talked to her in 13 days, how are we sending her gas? And then the other ones, I don't know if they're driving, but I don't think we're sending anybody gas money. You should be saving for first and last.
To do, right? They are taking that from me and leaving me with literally nothing. Xavier's not coming into visits anymore. He's sitting in the lobby of the fucking place or in the car, my car. No one helps me pay my car payment. No one helps me with my bills. I do everything by myself, but all these strangers are constantly behaving as if they have some sort of entitlement over my belongings or my life.
I don't know about the belongings. If she means like her kid being taken, she should have probably not had her kid taken. I think I found all those text messages in a Google Drive, and I found the song. Remember, I was like, I did a song for that knockoff Goodwill, the thrift store. Come down to stuff, and it's a Lil Wayne song in the background. But maybe we could read those today. See this lady who was like, I have an apartment here, or she got an inheritance. One of her family members died or something. She got like 15 grand. So she was like, I'll pay for your apartment for like a year, because she's parasocial or something. And then Heather Gillespie was like, no, I want a 5-bedroom house. Anyways, it was just a coincidence that I found that today. I wasn't even looking for it. So maybe we can read some of those.
I have been with no one. There is no one.
I think it's always also on Reddit too. Did they screenshot all of them on Reddit? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go to the Google Drive.
that I have romantic interest in. If Xavier is gone, then I don't want to be with anyone, and whoever the fuck is pretending to be him is not welcome here. There's a Drake song that says 10 of us were moving as one. I don't consent to that. I don't want to be with 10 different Xaviers. I want to just be with one Xavier. In addition to,
I don't even know if that's what that means in the song, but yeah, I think these are all of them. Yeah, we can read these after.
that, if there's anyone circulating false narratives over the internet using my likeness, or telling people that I'm famous or a social media influencer, or that I'm connected to the FBI or anything like that in an effort to scare people for an intended result, or manipulate people, or wage psychological warfare on people, I do not agree with that either. And as I've always said, if there's someone harming children or raping women or doing something like that, they have to be murdered immediately.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I can't really argue with that. Just kind of gave it over.
But other than that, you know, there's no reason for any of that, and life can continue happy and peacefully and abundant for everyone. It's a scary fucking place. You know, with some of these people, the things that they were making Weston do today in the visit, like they were making him like scream like a pterodactyl like the entire time. Like I've never heard Weston scream like that one time. They were making him just scream like that the entire visit, just screaming like he was like in pain.
Like he's a fucking kid. Kids scream. Kids like this is, you'd think she's had 3 kids. This is her 4th one. She doesn't know what a kid's like. Thank God she has no custody of him. Fuck, man.
Or like upset, or like it was just awful. It was fucking gut wrenching, and I'm just, what can I do? He's grabbing my hand.
Like a football team. Yep. Football team of Xavier's. It'd be the most useless football team ever.
Trying to drag me out of the fucking DCFS office, knowing that if I leave with my baby, who's clearly not happy wherever they're taking him, that I'll be charged with fucking kidnapping. Like, this is ridiculous. There's no right answer. It's just suffering. And
So, you guys want to hear the song? I'll have to edit it out after. Nah, we'll play it after this live.
it's been like this for a long time. They fucking Botoxed half of my face while I was asleep in my own apartment without my permission. They use all sorts of fucking deep fake AI shit to make me look fucked up. My true story can't get out to the people who can fucking help me, because they're fucking circulating so many false narratives. Prior to Dylan Smith's release from the IDOC, inmate number Y12173 in the IDOC in 2016, 17, 18, and 19, I got to spend every birthday and holiday with my family members. My kids lived with me full time, 5 out of 7 days of the week.
And it only took 2 days out of the week for Heather to fucking spiral into drug use and criminal activity and being a member of the Lurkers, the most lamest name of a group ever.
Stable, safe home, full-time employment. I don't know what the fuck they're doing to me anymore. I don't even know how to define it. I don't know how to fucking document it so it doesn't sound completely insane. I don't know.
We're the daggers. Yeah, we're the lurkers. This is the song. I'm gonna have to edit out. But I was talking about this the other day, so I made this song. Kinda. This is me in the song. But that just repeats. Anyways, that was that song that I was talking about the other day. And I was like, maybe I'll find it one day. I found it. So this is her. She can't drive for Uber anymore. She's showing us. She's sad. She used to make 800. She used to make 1,000. She used to make 1,100. This is the week? Bro. What is she talking about being like, oh, I'm broke? This is pretty decent. Broke my fucking ass. 1,100 a week?
Maybe I need to start robbing.
Oh, is that it? Was that all of her lives this week? I guess that's it. That is it. That's crazy. I didn't look at her earnings before. How can she be like, I have no money? Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. That just pisses me off. Fuck her. Can't get by on like, what would that be? $4,400 a month. Let me. I was trying to find the border. I always miss that. Can I? I'm just trying to see how we're gonna do this. No, that's not what I want to open. Why did it do that? And then when I press, okay. So these are something. Can I put it here? Yeah, okay, so the look how these are taken. Look at them fucking taken. So they're taking. Is this the last one? I think we're in reverse order.
Bodies, bro. Straight body counts. Not me, but them. Ooh, are they putting a concert venue on the roof?
At Ryan Ambrose Q super chatted $4.99. Those numbers were the fair totals, not her earnings. Victory hand medium skin tone.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the 5. So those were the fair totals, not her earnings. I don't know what is there's a difference? It's like the pre-tax or something. I don't know, but I guess we'll find. I guess we won't find out. I don't know. Okay, so this is I think the beginning. I don't even think about that subject anymore. My mind 90% of the day is focused on thinking of ways that I can remove myself from this toxic environment. Okay, maybe these are. I might have to. Let me see if Reddit has it better. Can't believe I'm gonna. All the texts between Cassie and Heather. Okay, so forget about this. Reddit actually did something competent. And they recorded all of them. This is the beginning of it. They put them in order. Thank goodness. Here's all the texts between Cassie and Heather that Steve DeLive showed on YouTube.
They're causing me to have to urinate. They are remotely, with robotics, making me have to use the restroom at inopportune times when it is almost impossible. They have remotely forced me to urinate on myself in my car, remotely.
At super chatted $2. What did her chemical formula consist of?
That's that. Why didn't you read Snow Leopard? What did her chemical formula consist of? What you mean? Thank you for the 2, by the way. I don't understand what you're asking exactly. Her chemical formula? I don't know. I do not know. Cindy is gonna come through.
Nobody likes hard seltzer. Everyone prefers that shit flat. Fuck you mean? Who the fuck? Oh yes, please, the bubbles in my water. Get the fuck out of here. Whoever woke up and said, you know, I think I'd like to feel bloated today. Feels like a great idea. Let's put some goss in my beverage.
At Cindy_Lou_102 super chatted $5. That's what was deposited into her account. My husband worked for Uber. But you have to pay taxes on that at the end of the year. She's screwed.
Thanks, Cindy. Thank you for the 5. That's what I figured. So I figured she is probably going to be screwed. But that's a lot of money. $4 grand? Maybe I'm just poor. You know what I'm saying? When I was making $4 grand a month on YouTube, I was like, ho, ho, ho. I thought everything was good. I was like, we're only going to go up from here. And then everything went, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I have a plan. I have a plan now. It's all good. So, dear Heather, please get in contact with me. And thank you for the 5. I don't know if I said thank you. I have short-term memory loss. I just want to make sure I say thank you. Please get in contact with me. I'd like to help you out of the tent. I can get you a hotel motel of your choice for a month and a half. And then I see you found efficiency. I don't know what that means. Anyways, do they want the first and last in security? I really want to help you get out of the tent. You deserve a safe place to live with your children. My name is Cassie. Please get back to me so I can get you out of that tent. God bless. So I guess it just started off as like, I'll get you a hotel. And then it escalated to, I'll pay for your whole fucking apartment and shit. And then you'll see. So she says, thank you. Yes, they want first and last. Cassie says, what are your qualifications to rent it? Please send me the information. I'm on my way to my Botox appointment. Cassie getting Botox too. And then Heather says, any extended stay would be fine in the Chicago area. I don't have the details for the efficiency. Xavier's father said he would be handling that, but he has been saying that for over a year. And restriction? And something has, what does that say? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't. These were taken, I showed you the originals. These guys actually cropped them, which is nice because I was looking in the background and it's like a dungeon. These were taken of a phone from a phone in it like a dungeon. It was really weird. I was like, how does this person have a bunch of money to give this fucking Heather Gillespie, and why would they want to? But it's an inheritance. So Heather says, or no, this is Cassie. I would put the lease in my name with you and Xavier on the lease as tenants so they can't kick you out. Let me know if you can't find anything. I will have you set up by Monday the 1st. I'm going to pay until the 1st of March so you have time with the baby. If I rent you something, I'm going to sign 6 months lease. That way Xavier's father has some time to pay for the other 6 months. So is there anywhere I should look in Chicago? See, Cassie got mad at Heather for not accepting this, and that's how I got these messages. She was like, oh, that Heather Gillespie, I really wanted to buy her that apartment. And I was like, the fuck? So I know it's so horrible that they are refusing you medical care while you were pregnant. They weren't. Heather was putting on a little show and dance, and she was doxing her doctors, and the doctors were dropping her because you go figure, if you dox your doctor over social media and you have a pretty significant follower of haters, it's probably going to get back to them and they're not going to want you as a patient. You're just a mother, daughter, wife, and deserve to be with your own kids in a safe home. With the kids, all 4 of them, and your husband Xavier, and a wonderful life. They don't need to go after the D word. Dylan, I refuse to. Blah, 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 blah. Heather says, for anxiety or anything, I have strong, sound mind and make intelligent decisions. Yeah, we've seen that over the years. I am able to act quickly with little and come out on top, and I have absolutely no explanation for these last few years. I am not making myself the victim here, but someone sure is. Just take the apartment, Heather. Just tell her Xavier's information so she can get you on the fucking lease. And we can she could have maybe had her kid if she had a place to go to with the kid instead of the tent. Maybe the kid wouldn't have got taken. But Heather, like I said, she wants to shoot too high. She's like, oh no, I have enough sponsors that'll just send me money. We have a plan. Xavier's dad's gonna get us a fucking apartment if the city of Chicago doesn't. Remember when Heather Gillespie was saying that her and Xavier's dad were just giving the city of Chicago a chance to do the right thing, and then if they didn't, then Xavier's dad was gonna buy them an apartment. So like, nothing. She's always wanting more. The one you just sent me doesn't have anything to cook with except, so I guess Heather sent like a listing except a microwave. So I'll contact them because I want to make sure that you can cook anything. The one, okay. I'll make sure that you can buy electric topper. I know I could use George Foreman. Yes, and an extra $250 from the budget. Maybe we can get a futon bed and one of the closed closets to build out of Amazon. I'll find those for probably $100. Sorry, she's like putting Weston in the closet again. So like I think they're planning here a bit. So Heather seems receptive so far. Okay, I want to make sure you and your baby are able to cook. And she says same. I guess praying hands. Look at this one. So this is Heather sending listings now. Cassie says, okay, I think we need a portable wardrobe to hang up your clothes. Heather says exactly. Looks like it's going to happen. It doesn't though. And this is Heather. I worked myself to the bone every single time before I finished college. She's just like, that's the same as her live streams. What are we doing? Close the deal, Heather Gillespie. I did factory jobs, retail waitressing, you name it. And after 10 years at Northwestern, Lola, I don't know what that is. And Alex and Brothers Cardiology Clinic. All while cooking, cleaning, taking care of my family. I don't have a drug problem. I don't even take prescriptions anymore for anxiety or anything. I know. Everyone who has ever spent 5 minutes with me knows. I was given these children by God. 2 of my children were the results of birth control pregnancy. Remember, she's like, Weston survived birth control. Xavier's sperm can shoot like bullets or whatever. I was never financially ready or planning for it, but God took matters into his own hands, and I worked myself to the bone every single time before I finished college. I did factory jobs, retail, waitressing, you name it. Oh, this is the same thing as over here. What the fuck? Why don't you go back to that then, Heather Gillespie? But now a bunch of creeps are texting me and emailing me saying that they are going to steal my baby and to run. They said that they are some bad guys out there trying to literally sell my baby. You were trying to sell your twins. What the fuck are we talking about this projection? And that the police and local authority are involved in trying to plan to cover it up as an adoption. I wonder if Heather was actually gonna... You imagine if Heather sold her baby and then she would just position it as like a conspiracy or something? I don't trust her. I don't fucking trust her. I would never put up my child for adoption unless... Yes, you would, because there was text between you and the couple when you were having the twins that you were going to sell, or whatever. She's just a liar. I love my children more than life, and I have successfully something. Why are these backwards? Anyways, Cassie said before all of this, no problem, take a breath. I can't believe they just leave you alone. They can't just leave you alone. And that's why I said yesterday, I want to make sure that the place I get you is close to a hospital because of your contractions. Like I said, I'm trying the hardest for things to get done in a speedy fashion. I've explained to them that you're my sister and Xavier is my brother-in-law, and I'm setting this up, or this residence for you and your baby, and I want you guys to be on the lease so no one can mess with you. They say as long as I pass everything, I can have you and Xavier there with just your first and last name, and they don't need to run background check. They just check your names to make sure no one has child abuse charges. Heather, did you get the $100 I sent on Cash App? I mean, maybe this is what set her off. The child abuse. Does Heather Gillespie have child abuse charges? I've never heard of an apartment checking for child abuse charges. I guess because they'd be looking after a baby. Maybe Heather thought it was a setup just to get like a child abuse charge check. But if she was in charge of child abuse, then it wouldn't fucking matter. Need to see the adoption text again. I think I saw him on Crazy Train's channel. Crazy Train, I think unlisted or privated a bunch of videos or something. I might have to like reach out to them directly, or we can do that next stream. I can make sure I find it for next week. I just don't know if I'll be able. I don't like going on side quests necessarily. When I play the throwback video, I'll see if I can find it in the background because I wanted to pay attention to it that much. And then this person sent Heather $100 on Cash App. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what order these are in. This one's first, so reading it like a manga. My friend has a lot of different properties that she likes. Xavier's art. I only showed her a few pictures because I don't want her to get put off by what they are doing to you. Does that make sense? The more moves we make in silence, the best chance we have that they won't find out and try to ruin it. She's also interested in your coffee table book. And hey Heather, haven't talked to the property manager for Logan Square and Edgewater, or they have talked to it. They need the name of the people beside me who will be living there. I have your name, but I don't know Xavier's last name. It's Montoya. She probably could have figured that out. I wanted you to be listed as tenants as well, so no one can mess with you guys. But otherwise, they're waiting for a few things. But they said, so far, so good. The sooner I can give your names to them, the sooner I get things. I don't know where it ends up. But this is the message before that. I think this person just screenshots things like a crazy person. Man in one bed, one bath for $900. I have a friend in real estate. She's found it for me. When I speak to her on Tuesday, she said she'll get pictures for you. I try to stay positive. Just a little longer. I'm doing my best, and please tell me information about Xavier's art for the real estate project. Heather says, oh.
Hey, listen.
Nobody likes hard seltzer. Everyone prefers that shit flat. Fuck you mean? Who the fuck? Oh yes, please, the bubbles in my water. Get the fuck out of here. Whoever woke up and said, you know, I think I'd like to feel bloated today. Feels like a great idea. Let's put some goss in my beverage.
At Lexi_Lily super chatted $4.99. Happy Feral Friday everyone. Man dancing, dancer, dancer, partying, face party, popper heart hands.
Thank you, Lexi. Thank you for the 5. So Heather says, I have been running through this dry, stale rhetoric, all of which is factual and true for the last 3 years, and it's exhausting. I'm just trying to figure out how to move on into the new year and not be stuck in this repetitive cycle of abuse. So Kashi says, I'm trying my best to help. Hopefully we will know something this week. I've spent $400. Wow, look how blurry that one is. We'll just read it from here. Heather, I'm trying to get you out of the tent, and I have paid for background checks, and I have sent the application a bunch of info about how much I make and all that. Hopefully we will know something this week. I can't stand to see you in the streets. None of this is right. How are they treating you? Everyone belongs in jail, and you deserve so much more than what they think. I'm trying my hardest to get you the apartment. In the streets, none of this is right. Blah, blah. Okay, I'm trying my hardest to get you the apartment because you and your kids deserve it, and so much more. Do you guys have St. Vincent de Paul Church up there? I think we read this. No, this is the one that I had. Well, I don't think I finished it. But I don't even think about this subject anymore. 90% of my day is focused on thinking of ways I can root myself from the toxic environment, meaning the tent, rating treatment, and humane treatment, no indoor plumbing, no way to shower myself, etc. and so forth. She types, etc. and so forth. Then anything else, the other 10% is spent agonizing over trying to make sense of being separated from my children unlawfully for such a long period of time. And then the adoption thing. And then Kashi says, oh my god, that's crazy. You deserve your children and your baby. Remember, this was like way back. We read I've never given my children up for adoption. Heather says, I know. Everyone who has ever spent 5 minutes with me knows I was given these children by God. Do you have custody of none of them? Then she says, I can't believe you could not follow through with the only thing I asked you for. was your and Xavier's names for the property manager for the apartments. I got approved for a few of the apartments, but they won't rent to you to me without your guys' names. You know I don't live in Chicago, so I would have to have you meet the property manager. What? Okay, well, I guess I thought it was gonna like pick up over here. I've been approved for 3 different apartments, but I must have you and your husband's names on the lease for you to be able to pick up keys when they're ready. If you don't get back with me, I'll be upset because I spent $400 on applications, but I guess I will look at it as I tried to help and got screwed over. I hope nothing but the best for you and your children. I can't believe I sent you so much money. To help you, and this is how you show your appreciation. Dang, I feel stupid. I guess that's what I get for trying to help you and pay it forward. God bless you and your children. Goodbye. I don't understand why you would do this for me. I'm more than upset. I'm at $400. Why would you let me pay for apartment applications if you had no desire to work with me on this? Hope things turn out well for you. I'm sorry that you didn't want the help I was offering. May God bless you and your watch over you and your children. I was the only one willing to rent the apartment. And that's where it ends. So, why didn't you take it? Like, I know it seems sketchy, but if this is your only option, the other option is living in a tent with your kid, I would have taken it. I would 1,000% taken it if I was in Heather Gillespie's position. She didn't because she's an idiot. And that is that. We'll read the selling her kids the next stream. So what is this one actually? I don't even know what this one is. I don't know what weapons are. Oh, this is Dylan and Marissa's fight. This is actually this is pretty good. I like this one. Why does it keep going down like that?
You and you'll treat me nicer.
Yeah, if you start robbing me, you treat me nicer. I treat you nicer.
That's what it seems like.
You've been robbing me,
Here, I gotta put it up. Max volume.
and that I have treated you nothing but nice.
I'm not robbing you.
Okay, well, I'm being held hostage. You won't let me use the phone, right? Can I please use the phone?
You're not being.
Do we know any context about that? So, like, do you think that Marissa swapped the Louis Vuitton bag apparently for a fake and then stole Dylan's $60,000 car and then held him hostage with 2 phones that apparently have no contact to the outside world except he's going live on Instagram? I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's crazy. Yeah, Marissa was arrested, I guess, however many days that is, like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days. Whatever 31 minus 26 is.
Held hostage.
You
I think that's 5.
were just in my phone all night.
Held hostage.
Who?
When you were blocking me in the hotel room.
When?
Like,
Oh, when you were trying to leave and steal shit out the hotel room?
I wasn't stealing
Domestic battery.
anything. I didn't want anything you nasty fucks had. That room is disgusting.
So, Marissa, how much money have I sent you over the past couple weeks? How much? 5, 10? Marissa? Marissa?
I had an engagement ring on my finger 5
When?
years ago.
Yeah, you would.
I should have had a better one already.
Yeah,
with
hey.
half of what you had.
Hey, listen, don't you? Hey, yeah, so you what? Use me, divorce me, and take my money? Because you guys have been doing that. There's fucking $4,000 of jewelry I just brought you on the table.
I would never do that.
How much money did you spend? What's that worth?
I would never do that.
You know what this reminds me of because we watched it. I think it was last night. The Zelensky Trump fucking thing.
What's the shit on the table worth?
I don't know. That's online.
The jewelry?
You told me to take it off.
This from Nordstrom's that we just bought.
Just like Dylan's like, I'm being held hostage. I can't contact anyone. All my shit's stolen. Marissa's like, I should have had a better engagement ring. Like, I want to be on Marissa's side, but give me something to work with. Jesus Christ.
You told me to take it off, just like
No, I'm not telling you to take anything off.
with the engagement ring.
Yeah. So that was people that I don't know breaking into our house and holding us hostage. This is me and you. My car just got stolen. My car just got stolen. Right? You won't let me call the police. You won't talk to the building.
You won't talk with respect and say you're fucking sorry for accusing me.
Of accusing me of what?
You keep screaming in my house and making my cat sick.
How am I making the cat sick?
And watch.
Accusing me of what?
Watch. I guess should get another domestic battery charge.
I'm accusing you of not helping when you said that you're...
I never really noticed the couch. I don't like it. The backs, it looks really short, like this big. How are you supposed to... You're supposed to just sit back like this. That doesn't seem very comfortable. Like, I need, you know, more back support than that.
You're trying to help me?
You're just unattractive now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's unattractive.
You've been go bitching and bitching for 3 hours.
Yeah, because I don't have a phone. I'm sitting here in a house that I've been paying for, but you're getting evicted of.
Bitch, you're slow.
I like how there's no pictures on the wall except this corner, and they're all bunched up. Did Marissa design this?
When's the
Oh.
last time you paid for this place?
It's feng shui.
June.
What month is it?
Guess what? You haven't paid rent since.
What month is that?
You paid no money. That's why you're getting evicted.
What month is that?
Yeah, you paid no... Where have I been?
It's been a year.
I haven't been here. Right?
I never noticed the paintings or pictures or whatever the fuck these are before.
Timing goes slow for you,
Yeah, does it?
but you've been here for a long
So how do evictions work?
time.
How do evictions work?
And you also,
You were getting evicted in September.
sweetie,
It's been a year.
I don't know. You have
It's been a year.
Hold on. Hold on, Dylan. Is this just a whiteboard? Oh. Is this a whiteboard? Well, I wonder what it says. I don't think we can see it. Or is that like a... Can't be a picture.
I don't.
tell me, king of them.
I don't. King of what? Evictions? Because you got one. Jordan's got one. Naomi's got one. Right?
Hold on. We're gonna put it back. Just a little bit. You gotta see her jump. You ready? She's pretty animated in that shish.
Do you know what else you have in common?
Pussy ass nigga.
Pussy ass nigga.
All you do is bitch.
Yeah.
Instead of providing some value.
Providing value?
You're
Hold on.
You're sitting there forcing
Wait.
someone.
Yeah. Here, instead of providing value. Here, let me let's see. That's what this is. I'm being forced. When you guys take my phone, you take my car, right? When you're fucking my family, that's being forced. Okay? Who's forcing you? I'm forcing you to accept the things that you're ransoming from me? That's force?
That's not taking.
Yeah. What am I taking?
I didn't ransom anything for you.
That's what this is.
I was trying to help your
You didn't do
poor
anything.
ass.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. You're not the easiest to help.
Okay,
At
sure.
fucking
He doesn't seem like the easiest to help, to be honest.
all. Because
Yeah, help me.
Because you're
Here.
like retarded and let retards steal your car.
Yeah.
I'm not your fucking mommy.
So I just want listen.
Marissa needs to do another Ask Me Anything on Reddit so we can get the details of the stolen car. Apparently Dylan let people steal his car. That doesn't seem very smart of him.
Let me just double check something. You said that I don't do it. This says, where's Buckle? 500. We have 2088s LLC. That's Jordan. So that's 500, 250, 2,000, another 100 to Marissa. Hold on.
So sorry about that.
All right. What was 3,000 to Marissa, 2,000 to Jordan.
Shh! Stop with the money. Stop saying all the money.
Right? 222.
Come here, Stormy.
Hold
Come
on.
here.
I mean, Dylan is kind of an idiot. If this is evidence of their misdeeds, if they're like doing something nefarious to get this money, he's kind of showing the proof, right? Like this, you don't do this. I've seen Dylan in a car. He's like, he has a gun with a laser beam on it. And he's a fucking convicted felon. He's not allowed to have guns. And then Marissa's driving, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Ooh," he posts it to Instagram. Dylan is an idiot. So, I mean, that's probably why Marissa's telling him to shh, like a cat.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, not what you're gonna do.
Who's woulda, coulda, shoulda? Marissa.
Homeless.
Homeless? Dude, then why aren't you paying rent or getting a house with this money?
Let's stop right here for the ambulance. Everybody watching for this ambulance, we need to identify this ambulance. Clearly trying to intimidate. Ambulance. Flage, fake as fuck, Flage. 870107. Murder them. Ha ha ha!
At Patty Cat Bebop super chatted $2.05. Shush.
Shush. It's just shh, but actually, but a ush on the end. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for the 3.
Right? You have bag. The bag. I just spent $7,000 on your Louis.
It's fake.
It's fake? Yeah, out the Louis store. It's fake.
The girl who stole your car also switched out the purse.
Oh, did you?
So the girl who stole Dylan's car switched out the purse. And Marissa's laughing about it. What? This is a woman theft.
You
Got again.
Oh no, I got with a real bag in the real car, right? I keep getting got by the 2 of you.
Not by me.
Yeah, her bag was real. I went to the Dior store and the Louis store with you and her.
Not by me.
Oh,
Is Dylan trying to pick up some other chick? And he fucked up.
you're right. Why go live with this? Hey Mario, how about this? How about you shut the fuck up and get off my page, bitch? How about that? The fuck? Nobody's asking you to watch. Weirdo ass.
He's trying to help you. Is this a blowtorch? I don't know what this thing is.
Hey Marissa.
She's having a discussion with the cat. Yeah, remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but we watched a live of Dylan with a big bag of meth calling the cops. I think he called the cops on Jordan, or Jordan called the cops. I think maybe it was Jordan called the cops because she thought she lost her phone, but she had her phone, or Dylan had her phone, or something. I was fucking stupid. Anyways, that's Jordan. Apparently Heather stole her laptop back in the day. And everyone's just a wreck, basically, in this story. And I'm surprised they didn't get arrested that night. But they just wanted, the hotel just wanted them out. So the police weren't interested in, like, searching their bag or anything. But before the police got there, Dylan was on live being like, oh, we got a big bag of meth. You're going to take the meth. You're going to go down for the meth. And then she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Tweaking out.
And Allison Trosick?
I don't know why Marissa keeps going back with him. He must have some kind of immunity with the police, right? It's like the only angle that I can see is like, hey, if I'm around Dylan, then we can do fucking criminal shit, and the cops will like not really care as long as we're snitching on people. Which maybe why he got his car stolen. I don't know. I don't know what would prompt someone to steal a car. Dylan's biracial. Dylan is bisexual. Going back for dope and money. I feel like she could probably just find a guy, like a sucker, to get money from and just buy her own drugs. If like that were the thing. Dylan is a piece of work. Like Dylan's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? He's like a headache. He's annoying.
What ghetto shit? Okay. Why, bro? Because these two chicks been playing me back and forth. They just stole a $60,000 car out of my garage with a $7,000 purse in it that I just bought this girl. After they swapped one for a real one for a fake one. Then when I get the purse back, they steal the car. That's why. And I can't even call anybody for help or assistance and get off live. Here, well, I'll just sit here and let the shit happen. Cause that's what I'm supposed to do.
What is Instagram supposed to do though? What is Instagram gonna do? Yeah, he likes sucking guys' dicks when they're passed out from the GHB or something, and documenting it so he can blackmail them with it. It's a weird fucking thing. You remember? Okay, have you seen that South Park episode where Cartman sucks Butters' dick and then he takes a picture of it and he's like, "Look, you guys, Butters is gay." It's like, that makes you gay, Cartman. It's like that. It's literally like that. Marissa's called him out on this. Heather Gillespie has called him out on this, and other people have also called him out on this. It seems legit. There's like all these different people claiming it, and he also does some, what is it called? I don't know if it's gay porn or just gay modeling. I don't know. That might just be gay for pay though. It's complicated. Dylan's a complicated guy. All right.
Too much potential to be airing your personal life is not the best look.
Amy is the other one that has also corroborated this. I'm just like, man, this might be a thing.
Here, what do you suggest I do?
One fight I remember, Marissa was like, I wasn't the one who was sucking dick last night, Dylan. That was you. You wanted to suck dick. It's crazy.
Right. Hey, Marissa. What happened to all that crazy shit you were just talking?
Dylan's basically been talking to himself, and she's been mumbling to the cat and shushing him. But I don't know. Where's all the craziness? She just got arrested. She doesn't want to go back to jail.
What happened with the smoke alarm, Marissa?
I think that's why Heather Gillespie liked Dylan, actually, is because Dylan can kind of manipulate situations and stuff. She wishes she could be Dylan. And they are very similar. It's just Heather's, bad at what she does. Like, extremely bad at what she does.
Hey. Weren't you accusing me of trying to start a fire?
Fire guy. I think Dylan thinks he's doing something. Like, he's making Marissa look bad, and everyone's going to feel bad for Dylan. And maybe someone will rescue him. But really, it's just fodder for drama channels like me. It's not doing anything. It's giving us some laughs.
Hey, Storms.
Is that money? No. It's like she's just sitting there with money. I don't know what that is beside her.
So you're screaming that I hit you. I don't see any marks on you or anything. You seem relatively calm. Now that I'm alive.
She's like fully clothed. Okay.
Wait. Bye. Trying. Thank you. Aaron. Damn, bro. Lawyer?
They're probably blunt wraps.
You're right. Good point. Unless she seems like always, man, listen. I've been going through this shit for years. My own lawyers, right, who I've hired, refuse to work with me as a result of whatever's been going on with them. Right.
Get better lawyers. Lawyer will represent anyone. A lawyer will take like any case if you give him money. And you got a lot of money apparently, so this must be really fucked up. Like, for it to be that bad.
Aaron, this shit's a little bigger than Nino Brown.
He has two phones in his hand.
Yeah, if only you saw a couple minutes ago, she was just screaming, right? And you know, she had me locked up 1,000,000 times for no reason. I was just in jail like a week ago, right?
So was she.
But now, when they just stole my car and stole all my shit, now everybody's quiet. No police involvement, no police activity now, right?
Go to the police. Give him the... Can't they GPS the car? Why doesn't he just do this? $60,000 car doesn't have a GPS locator on it? Doesn't have OnStar?
Hey, master manipulator.
Needs Nick Albuquerque, yeah.
She's about to drop an ebook.
This is how it ends.
Harwood Heights Police Department.
Why is it like this size? Why can't I zoom in? Why are you being mysterious, YouTube? So mysterious. Alright, January 2nd.
Department. I just woke up. I went last night and got a security camera, my laptop, and
Hi, this is Maria LaFalsic. I'll be away from the office until Monday, January the 3rd. If you need immediate assistance, you can call the
I wake
police
up.
department 90
I don't think I've seen this.
emergency number.
This is open.
Oh, hold on. I gotta adjust the volumes. Because that's peaking.
All the locks are undone. I go to sleep, I lock it. Now it's completely broken.
Otherwise, you could leave me the name and number and I'll call you
She could fix it.
when I get back. Thank you and have a good day. Please speak after the tone.
I have seen this?
When you are finished recording, you may press pound for
Can't
further
hang up.
options or simply hang
It
up.
doesn't let me press any of the buttons to choose options. It doesn't let me navigate. It blocks me from the internet. It's blocking my security camera. So I'm literally being basically held, contained in an apartment that was supposed to be my home for me to continue living my life, where they're just holding me here, where God knows who can come in after.
How can you be held anywhere if the lock's fucking broken? I swear I haven't seen this. Did I see this like way back in the day or something? I don't. So my videos are awesome. Oh no, it's all good. Marissa and Dylan's stream was really low, so I had that bumped up, and then I forgot to lower it to what it normally is. That's why.
After I fall asleep, break the locks on my door, as I've said.
Like, I remember her in this apartment. I just don't remember the specific live.
Let themselves right in, tamper with my belongings.
It sounds just like what she says in her current apartment, minus the pooping.
Go through all my stuff, stealing my money, disconnecting
Like, do you remember seeing me watch it, or?
my internet. This is unacceptable. I've called the police now. I don't even know how many times. I've attempted to call the feds. I don't know how many times. Who the fuck do you fucking people think you are? How the fuck are they getting away with this still? They're literally, this is wide open and the door's wide open. I go to sleep and lock every fucking lock, every single fucking lock. And I wake up and it's open and my shit is fucking tampered with again. And my camera's not working and the internet's disconnected. Third day here. Third day.
Maybe you should leave if that's actually what's happening. Why can't we fix the locks? Why can't we? I don't understand.
Happy fucking New Year. So now I just woke up on my third day in my apartment and my locks are all broken and open and my purse was moved again and my sandals were stolen yesterday and things are just being intentionally moved over and over.
Yeah, it's the same as the apartment here. Just wait. Oh, okay. Maybe I just don't remember the beginning. Maybe I was smoking weed or something. I have to pee too. When we were an hour in. Actually, I reset it. They were like probably a little bit over an hour. I'll be listening. I'll be right back.
To make me feel unsafe or I don't know really what the purpose is. I called Harwood Heights Police. I don't know what else to do anymore. I I miss my kids terribly. I have court Tuesday to get them back. And they just won't leave me alone. I don't know what else to do. I'm positive. It was working the first night he installed it, and now when you open the door, it just opens. So how is it that it was working and now it's not? And all of these were just wide open. The only reason it would be doing that is if someone let themselves in. Who the fuck is letting themselves into my apartment? Why and why? I had to call the police, who I don't trust anymore. I feel 100% are, at the very least, informed about what the fuck is going on. I feel like they've been knowing what was going on this entire time. I remember going over to my daughter's on Easter to bring her an Easter basket and looking in the police's face, and he made the most... I could tell he felt horrible, but he was clearly being forced to continue whatever they were doing. And I know they know what's going on. I know they do. I don't know why the fuck they won't tell me or help me. I just got here. I've been here for 3 days. 3 fucking days. I don't understand. I miss my kids. If I can't even fucking keep my own door locked when it's just me in here, what court is gonna give me my children back? And that's what they want, so that they continue to fucking victimize myself and my children, exploit myself and my children. So when I finally get a safe place, they do whatever the fuck they can to make the place look like it's not safe, so that they can stand in the way of my children coming here. Look at all the people in the comments. No one that's concerned, just a bunch of haters. Probably crack addicts or heroin addicts or people who don't take care of themselves.
What?
Disgusting. I don't take medicine. This is, so continue please to document this list of names for everyone in the comments here. Again, we have additional accessories, harassment, slander, everything that they've done to destroy my name and reputation, beginning with the show, and every person who continues to perpetuate this false narrative. I've said it millions of times. The only time I'm recording is when I feel like I am not in.
So when she's supposed to be working around this time too. So she just wants some guy to pay for her apartment so she could have her kids, but the kids, she thinks people are breaking into the apartment. Also, there's no room in this apartment. It's one room. It's just like a room and then a kitchen and a bathroom, and that's it. Where is the room for kids?
Like I am in danger.
You can't have kids here.
Like I'm not safe. So they continue to follow me from page to page. This is my 4th page. Whoever's getting paid to continue to exploit me, you need to burn in hell. I need that person's name and information. I don't know anything.
There's no place for kids
about this. I've never agreed to do anything, any sort of movie, any sort of documentation, any sort of study where basically what I think it is that the person who I was talking to is a narcissist and angry, and they behave in ways much like Dylan, where if you make them angry, they don't forwardly admit that they're angry. They act in passive-aggressive ways like breaking the lock on your door or stealing something from your apartment or something like that. It's really, truly sad that this continues to go on. All the people who continue to choose to involve themselves in this are disgusting. But basically, I, again, just got here. It's my 3rd day in this apartment. There was no one here my first day. No noise coming from above or below. Yesterday, I started hearing a bunch of people in the apartment above me.
It's an apartment building.
As well as to the side of me. Again, they were never there the first day. I insisted that we go get a security camera to monitor myself, as well as install a lock on the door, which we did. The first night it was working fine. Last night was the second night, and the lock is broken and the door won't stay closed. And I don't want to continue to invite people into my apartment, whether they're maintenance or not. I just called the police. They're supposed to be meeting me down in the lobby.
I wonder if this is all just a setup so she could like cook drugs in the apartment or something.
So I'm gonna take it downstairs. I don't trust the police. I don't trust anyone, really. I think that the police are full of fucking shit and probably had something to do with this. It's been, common knowledge that I was here. I did call them and make them aware.
Did she? Yeah, I think she ended up writing on the walls in this place. She ends up writing on the walls of pretty much every place.
The very first day that I came, after the stalking began again, I can't blame it on one person, but I can say that they're fully aware of what's going on. There's documented evidence of this going back years. So if none...
I think the one that you guys are thinking of, the crazy one, I think that was a different one, but I can't remember the name of it. She's still, I'm sure she did write on these walls a bit though too.
Of them, like if you're supposed to be able to trust the police, and the police are not supposed to be coward assholes who use their fucking mouth and speak up for what's right and protect and serve like the job says, then there's, an even bigger problem, because now I have a long line of them who know what the fuck is up and haven't done shit. Right, what are they gonna do, check my thigh? They can suck a dick. No one's taking my neck. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other leg.
Yeah, the fridge.
I'm gonna start carving the name of everyone who fucking rapes me, of everyone who tricks me, of everyone who does any of this shit to me.
Okay, this was it. She had weird angles on the other videos. Yeah, no, this is the BCG part. I remember her walking out to that window over there and describing the bull cut gang and how they come in and they chop her hair and they dye it and stuff. Just like the Botox thing. It's just like the times now. Just back in the day. Yeah, this is Montclair. Good old Montclair. Day 3 of it, apparently.
I want them to die. I've never wished death on anyone. I want them to fucking die.
Heather gets what she wants and she goes crazy. Let's start. Stuff started at day 5. Everyone always asks for like Montclair stuff, so there you guys, here you guys go. I swear I haven't seen this part of it. Not day 3. I don't think I've ever seen day 3. Unless something iconic happened. The factor says, yeah.
You're not trying to be haters, but you're calling me names and diagnosing me with conditions I definitely don't have and have never had and have no connection to. And the shit that you're saying, the false narrative that you're supporting,
They ended up being right.
is directly standing in the way of people helping me in the way that I need. My locks are not being permitted to be closed.
We just see her lock them and then unlock them to open the door and be like, it's open, and then she closes it and locks them again, which would be redundant unless they were working. Show me the door opening without you unlocking it. Show me.
When you stand around saying I'm crazy rather than, wow, that's a problem, who would unlock someone's doors? You divert the attention to a problem that does not exist. You continue saying I'm crazy, makes people forget about the fact that my fucking locks are being broken into. People are letting themselves into my place. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Put another lock on the door.
Stop fucking coming to this page. The police are on their way.
What are the police here for? What?
I just keep filing reports over and over and over again. I don't know what else to do. Like
What the fuck are the police gonna do?
I said, it stops, it calms down. I try to be a mother. I try to rebuild my life, and it's just...
I've tried everything. I've even tried to be a mother. Nothing's working, alright? Fucking... the locks!
nonstop. It's nonstop. I have court Tuesday. I think it could be my ex fucking up the locks so that I can't prove in court that I can't keep the kids safe, but it's not my ex. So this is my real thought. I think that my exes got caught doing something and someone is exploiting them with whatever that information is that they were doing. So instead of my exes being dealt with or having to deal with things, they're using the exploitation and trickling it down to affect my children.
This is what I think happened. Maybe Heather at one point in time was a little bit sane. I think she's always been a little crazy by default, but she was a little bit sane. And then she did a bunch of drugs. She got hit in the head with that tire iron. And then she did a whole bunch of nefarious criminal activity. And now she's like extremely paranoid. And we can't, we're jumping to crazy conclusions over things that I swear are not happening. She either forgot to lock the door, or that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure she just forgot to lock the door. She woke up and the door was unlocked.
And forcing my children to do whatever they say.
But it has to be Dylan.
By threatening them with the information they have about my exes. That's what they do. They say it's safe. It's safety. They're keeping them safe. They don't. They exploit them. And I want to know where my children are. It's been 3 days since I've been able to locate them. Where are they? They say they're at their cousin's house and their dad's not answering the phone. Just none of it makes sense. And why would a predatory government want to separate, a predatory local government want to separate a mother and child? So that
For the safety of the children?
they could exploit the child.
They're with their dads.
I don't fuck with the Harwood Heights police because of how they treated me numerous other times. So we have to record this. It's not that I don't fuck with Harwood Heights police. It's that I don't fuck with Harwood Heights in general. You know, I live here, mind my own business, and don't talk to anyone. And the fact that they have followed me to Export before, which we also have videos of, and just numerous other places, it's just problematic for me. So anyways,
What the fuck is that?
I've already let them know on camera that I'm recording. So we're going down now.
Not limited to.
Oh, 1 second. You know, it's just fucked up. It's fucked up because I try to trust. I genuinely try to trust. I try over and over again to trust. And I don't know what the fuck else to do. How can I be asleep and someone comes into my place, moves my belongings? I have to take videos of the room before I leave, because otherwise when I come back and clearly know that shit has been moved around and pointed out.
Just like the quarters. Wait till they start pooping in your toilet.
They can't call me crazy. I can prove it with photo. And that, my friends, is what we call COVID.
What we got, COVID?
Fuck whatever else they said was going on. So all of this is going to be broadcasted live. Again, I have no criminal record. I have never been in trouble before.
She has a criminal record. It's pretty long. What the fuck? What? How come her reception can't be this good now? She's rolling through stairways and stuff. Not a blip. Not a fucking skip in the beat at all. We need this kind of service back. Maybe 5G is a scam. How come streaming was so much better with 4G before they've added all this shit to the YouTube app and crap? You gotta optimize our shit better. Good night, Cindy.
And this is exactly the quote-unquote exit strategy they used when I worked at Export. So no one is extracting me from shit. I paid $1,600 to live here and have a lease on my name on.
Eric paid. Eric paid $600. It was $600. Wait, say $1,600 or $600? If it's that place is only $600, that's worth it.
So no one is extracting me from shit. I paid $1,600 to live.
$1,600. Okay. I'm just under $1,600. Come July, I'll be $1,595.
Here and have a lease.
And I got 2 bedrooms and like a living room and a kitchen. It's not just one room, and that's it. What the fuck is that?
Lease on my name on the lease. Yeah, when I was working at Export for 5 days, they create an emergency that's fake. You call the police for help, and they turn it around.
Marissa's like a stick bug.
And somehow try to frame it on you. So now I feel like I have to lie every single time I interact, not only with the police, just with anyone.
I like how we're taking multiple things. Is that to trip them up? They think you're going down the stairs. Oh, we're going to switch to the elevator. Why not just go from the elevator to begin with?
Hi guys, how's it going? I have to record. I'm Heather. Nice to meet you. Heather, nice meeting you. So I was sleeping. I had a friend of mine install one of those locks where you open the door and the lock catches it, in addition to the deadbolt and the regular lock on the handle that's already up there.
Yeah, he installed it backwards. He installed it like this way. It's got to be this way. So it like hooks in and grabs it when you have that other part closed. Like, I think it's just switch it. If the cops see it, they might even say that. They might be able to do that for you.
And I woke up, the lock is not working, and the other 2 locks were just undone, like if they were never locked, but they were locked. So I don't know what to do. This has been an ongoing situation for several years. I've attempted to call the FBI. I have hours of video. I've been attempting to call the local jurisdiction police in every jurisdiction. I really don't know what to do. I feel like I'm being gang stalked or followed or something.
That's the wrong thing to say to the police.
And it goes away for like 8 weeks, 12 weeks of quiet and nobody bothers me. And then all of a sudden, I wake up and there's some sort of issue again. I have video and photos as well of the room exactly as I've left it, and then coming back into the room and finding numerous items either missing completely or completely out of place and put somewhere else.
Okay. Do you have any recordings of anybody?
Yeah, lots of them.
Anybody going into your home?
It's a basement apartment. Pew, 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 pew. It's, and honestly, like, the only reason I'm still here is because everywhere else is so much more expensive for, like, a worse place, like a 1-bedroom, or a place like the others. It's like 2,000, so yeah, we're stuck here for a bit. Even though I'm sick of this place, man. I've been here for like 5 years.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Because if anyone is going into your home, you said you have recordings, but we don't know who's.
But like, I have all my own stuff and my own separate entrance, and there's not like, if you guys see members only videos, there's like stairs to a wall. Like it's just a wall. I never see the other people. Like I don't even really know them. Because landlord just rents out to other people. I have like my own washer and dryer and shit, so things could be worse.
I don't have recordings
Maybe.
of anyone going into my home. I said I have recordings of being stalked, followed, chased, harassed for the past several years.
Okay,
Hundreds of them.
Where was that at?
All around, literally the entire country. Everywhere from Florida to Georgia to Virginia.
Think about the extent that would take for this operation. There's numerous people all gang stalking her. So none of these people have enough money to just be able to spend their time gang stalking Heather and to also follow her and uproot their lives from place to place to place. Like, it doesn't make sense. What would they be getting out of it?
Virginia to Alabama to Chicago. As this has been ongoing for multiple years. Literally, they've been chasing me around the country.
Do you know who that may be?
No, I don't.
No.
I try to go get my children, and it's like they leave me alone as long as I'm like outside or like doing poorly in life. But as soon as I find a new job or I get closer to getting my kids back, they come back again, and I don't know who it is. It wouldn't be so bad if it was someone who I felt was trying to help me or whatever. I don't know who it is. They don't identify themselves, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I don't know. So.
Have you ever talked to anybody about it, like a doctor?
She's not gonna like that. Ooh, it's gonna go off, you guys.
Yeah, I don't need to talk to a doctor for being gang stalked and raped and robbed. I'm not sure what that would do to help the situation. What's your name?
Well, we're trying to give you some options because you don't have any evidence of anything actually happening to you. So
I just told you.
I don't know what we can do.
Okay, I have my door upstairs with all the doors open. So you're saying I need a doctor, is your advice?
I'm just trying to give you some options.
I'm reporting to you that someone has broken the locks on my door, and your advice is I should call a doctor.
Well, you think people are stalking you all over the country. Don't you think that seems a little odd? Like,
Not when I also have 3 years of video evidence to support that everything that I've just said.
You just said you don't have evidence of anything happening to you.
What was your name, sir?
What evidence do you have?
What was your name, sir?
You can see it on my coat, I think.
Can you say it?
What kind of evidence do you have?
All right, you guys have a great day. It's clear that you're committed to not helping. I just told you that someone broke the locks on my door and opened my apartment door, and your advice was to see a doctor, right?
Because you said you're being gang stalked all around the country. You should have stuck to one thing. Someone broke the locks on my door. Because then even if you did it yourself, they would have had to at least look at it or something. Maybe they would have dusted it for fingerprints or some shit. I don't fucking know. But you way oversold it. You're not getting stalked all around the country. Get out of here.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You have a great day. Do you guys see this? I just told the police that someone broke the locks on my door, and the officer's advice was to see a doctor.
Well, this is gonna be for good content at least.
Do you see this? You guys see this, right? Be recording every single UDID from every single person who's making comments on this shit. I want the cops' badge numbers. I want all of the people who are making comments on this shit. I want an inventory of every license plate in the parking lot.
We also gotta ask ourselves this. We've seen Heather record pretty much goddamn everything, but not one of these gang stalkers. What's also crazy is that there is maybe even a couple of people that could be stalking Heather in real life, and I've never seen her take pictures of them. You never see like Heather taking pictures or videos of Dylan leaving things around the corner or something, or not you stalking her. You know what I'm saying? You go, why don't we ever get footage of that?
So the police wouldn't even come up to check my door or check the locks. Everyone just saw that, right? Everyone just saw that? Just so that we're clear, just so that we can see that it's not been an issue of me not calling for help. I don't even know what to fucking say anymore.
She blamed Marissa for stealing her eggs that one time. She said, I was boiling eggs on the stove. I went to work out downstairs. I got back up. Eggs missing. Marissa did it. Her hat was left there. I wish I could find that clip. There's a clip of Marissa reading a comment from someone being like, did you steal Heather's eggs? And she's like, did I steal Heather's eggs? And her face. It's priceless. I can't find it though. I don't know where it went. It's probably one of my old Heather streams somewhere, but I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna find it. Ooh, maybe if I search the transcript thing with the quotes, did I steal her eggs? Steal her eggs, question mark? Unless I privated it. If it got like under 1,000 views and it was more than 3 years ago, it might be privated, but we'll check. Let's see.
There was no one anywhere on this floor. Now I have 3 units of making noise right immediately next to me. And one above me that were never ever doing that before. So.
It's an apartment. People are going to make noise.
What is it? I want to talk about publicly. What is a police officer supposed to do if someone calls them saying that their locks have been compromised and someone's been in their apartment? What is a police officer supposed to do? Anyone? Come on. Anyone have an answer? What is a police officer supposed to do if someone calls them complaining of someone breaking into their space? What is the police officer supposed to do? I don't know, right? Investigate, check the locks, right? Maybe see if anyone has opened the door. Maybe come up, look around, right? Why would that officer's advice be, maybe you should go to the doctor? I want everyone to rewind that interaction, please.
I love when she directs the audience like they're a class.
Let's. Now I've documented in probably 7 suburbs, as well as Chicago, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, as well as Nashville, that these setups have been taking place, that these intrusions have been going on. They've been ongoing. I have hardcore evidence in my backpack. I called the police showed up. I told them about the door, all of the locks being turned open. No one has a key to this apartment other than myself. Here are both sets. Okay, so now I've got 2 sets of keys no one has access to. I went to bed. I locked myself in right here, like this.
All right, let's watch the locks again. There is, I'm sorry, I was reading transcripts to try to find it. I think it's because we call Xavier eggs a lot, and there's been a few times I've shown it. I think it was in like I think the clip that I'm thinking of was in like a Smitten Kitten video or something. And I think it's in the past. I'll try to find that next week. With the, what's the other thing? The text about her trying to give away the twins.
Right?
Why? Okay, now open it.
And then do I wake up and the door is like this?
Okay, well the locks aren't broken then. You forgot to lock them.
And I call the police to report it, and they don't even come upstairs to make a report. They show up in the lobby, and
and things weren't taken, but they were moved around. And I guess no one cared enough about the story, and that's when I guess she started making her stories a little crazier.
You saw the interaction. So at this point in time, I have another lawsuit, and yeah, I'm just gonna move forward with court on Tuesday.
I wouldn't be able to live in a place like this. I could go crazy.
I guess, you know, if they're breaking into my apartment
Maybe that's why she's going crazy.
during the day, then I think a judge would be the only one who's going to be able to give me some advice at this point anyway. So now I just have to edit all of this video footage that I have with all of the interactions that I've had with law enforcement as well as the feds, because I've called them numerous times as well. And that's what I'll have to present to the judge on Tuesday and ask the judge what her advice is.
I wonder what the judge said. I don't think she even gets in front of a judge. Right? She's always complaining, I want to be judge.
If the police can't give me any advice, if the feds can't give me any advice,
The judge can't give you legal advice.
if I'm not able to reach my friends and family, what else can I do, right?
I don't know.
Hi,
I
guys.
don't remember that. I don't remember that one at all. That's crazy. I swear I haven't seen it. And if I did, then my memory has failed me. In my old age, I'm an old man now. I guess I can play this while I'm resizing it.
So I finally got the keys to my place and I got my stuff moved over. I don't have that much, but I'm grateful for what I do have, and I'm so grateful to finally be in this space. I only had well, you guys saw what was in my storage locker. So now I finally have it with me. I have a home, yay! I am...
So is this when she just moved into Monk? Maybe I should have played this in a separate order, in the opposite order.
Well, I was completely elated for 2 hours, and then I tried to go visit my youngest daughter. So I just want to do a quick recap for anyone who's new to my storyline and what's been going on here and the corruption.
Remember when she used to call her storyline the novel?
And drama that's been unfolding. So a little bit about me. My background is in healthcare. So I worked in clinical, both front and back end medical office at Northwestern Hospital and many other hospitals for many years. So for about 10 years, I was in the medical field. I did love it, but I do have a really big heart, and I was growing very close with my patients, and it was just very emotionally trying for me to see people get sick and die, or get sick and suffer. And
Wasn't she like a diabetes doctor?
And
or not even like a front desk person? She did brochures that no one asked for about how to take your insulin.
Be in that role. So I was getting very impatient, not impatient, I guess you could
I was getting impatient with all the death around me.
use impatient. I'd come home from work so stressed out and sad
Yeah, it was 5 years.
that I just didn't have any emotional, emotional support, or I always loved my family, and my friends, but I didn't have any emotional, I don't know what to call it, energy, I guess, left at the end of the day of work. So I would be very short with people and my children. I was just stressed out, My kids would be like, Mom, and I'd be like, what? So I made the decision to, kind of look for other work and look into other fields. And I began applying to other jobs, and then abruptly quit my job at Northwestern after I hired a woman.
With the lesbian haircut.
And she referred to herself as Gina with the dykey haircut, and I referred to her as that in front of a couple of other people. I thought it was funny. And she apparently got offended. So she reported me for sexual orientation discrimination. And my boss at the time wanted me to undergo sensitivity training.
And I was already 1 foot out the door anyway, so I was like, okay, this girl can refer to herself as Gina with the Dykey haircut, but if I do it, it's liability for the hospital, and they have no choice but to put me through this sensitivity training.
She didn't want to do the sensitivity training.
And I just walked out. I was so pissed off. I'm like, I'm working 50, 60 hours a week already, and those are unpaid hours because...
That's why Heather uses the N-word, too. And Heather does. She busts that out sometimes. Like when Xavier was sending his dick all over the place, she was like, your N-word may be fat, but my N-word isn't. So don't be sending me this picture of not Xavier and his dick. It was definitely Xavier and his dick. You could tell. Like, it was in the same fucking tent.
You don't get paid for that overtime. And I'm taking on all this additional responsibility. I don't, care to defend myself against these people. So I just walked out and left after 5 years with the company. After that happened, I started looking for other jobs, and I quickly became employed as I think it was a banking assistant or a law firm assistant. They were temp jobs. So I was still working in that capacity. In 2015, I met a group of people who were very active.
Straight and married, yeah.
In the pretty scene. And I became, I don't want to say a target, but I was very naive, very unfamiliar with the way things work.
Xavier's dick, the stream, still one of the top 5. It's in the top 5. Top earning streams.
In that scene. And I was taken advantage.
We got Heather Brooke Clark in the playlist now. Like, that's crazy to me.
Of maliciously and robbed, dosed, a bunch of things happened. I started reaching out for help and going to the hospital, having my blood drawn, having drug tests, because I knew there was something in my system.
Yeah, man, everyone was like, oh, and I was like, oh, and there was, I could only show the censored versions, but Mob, that was a crazy time.
All of it was documented. Later on, everything that was documented was changed, and we have physical proof of the name of the person who went into my medical record in 2015 and changed it.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's all logged. So I actually found them on Instagram, and I sent them a message like, why would you enter my medical record and change it? Did someone ask you to do that? And they blocked me. So I still don't have any answers there.
How did she figure out this information? She thinks she found some metadata or something.
After that happened, a short time after, all of that was going on is when I met Dylan. And you guys, if you're familiar with Love After Lockup, that was my ex. We became
the donut.
Close instantly. Very close. And it was almost like I had already known him for my whole entire life. He was calling me, all the time, and we were talking for hours a day.
He was in jail. He had nothing else to do.
And during that time, I got grabbed off the street. I was driving down the street with one of my family members, and I got grabbed off the street by a caravan of,
Maybe that's how you stay out of trouble in jail. You stay in your cell all day. You talk to your, wait, you would have to be outside. Wouldn't you have to be by the payphones? I don't know how it works in jail. I was just picturing some guy sitting there with his feet up in bed talking to his girlfriend. And we call him Lover Boy. We're out here making moves in the jail yard. I'm starting a fucking ramen drug empire. I'm making my own drugs in jail. And I get back to my cellmate, and he's like, oh, I talked to my girlfriend all day. I'm like, man, I just got 5 more years, but you gotta try this new crack. You know what I mean? Anyways, I hope I never end up in jail. That'd be bad.
I don't know who. They claimed to be detectives. And they took me to almost looked like a warehouse, like a big.
Right. No, Judge Judy refuses to give people advice.
Empty vacant building besides their little workspace. And the detective brought out a box of stuff, and he said, "This is all the evidence I have against Dylan." And he said, "We know
it's gonna be David Shepard.
That you know what he's doing, and we want to know what's going on." They wanted more information. Well, I genuinely didn't know, what was happening, so I couldn't help them. Well, the officer said I needed to check in with him daily until they figured it out, or he would take my children from me.
I didn't look too hard at it, to be honest. I don't remember it being great.
He began calling me every day, showing up at my house randomly. I was terrified. I told my lawyer about this. I told Dylan about this. And they encouraged me, you know, to let it continue. Oh, and the sexual harassment began. I'm sorry. I've told the story so many times, it's like ridiculous. The detective started trying to take me to concerts and go out on dates. So my lawyer's like, we need to catch him in the act in order to prove it.
This wasn't. It wasn't David Shepard.
So kind of let it go on. You know, don't say yeah. You know, I want to go out with you, but just don't say no either. You know, let him keep offering so that we have some proof of this.
I don't believe it. If it's David Shepard, I don't believe it because we know what David Shepard looks like, and I just can't see it going down. You know, I'll get the picture of him. I'll put him so you guys can decide.
So that's what I did, and I got the proof, and it was presented to IA in the presence of myself and my attorney, and supposedly that was the end of it. The years went by. I had a lot of issues with Dylan. In the beginning, everything was great. We were so in love. Everything was perfect, and then the sexuality stuff started. If you guys are familiar with any of my previous episodes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He was very sexual. I was not sexual at all. I really had no history as far as sex goes, like no experience. He taught me how to masturbate. We went to Lover's Lane together on the phone and just kind of got to know my body and even how to like masturbate, even that you could masturbate, even.
I vaguely remember this. Heather being crazy gross like this. What the fuck? The fuck? Anyways, I can't see this guy up here. Trying to woo over Heather Gillespie.
What a woman's body can do and what you can do for yourself, and that there's nothing, you know, to be ashamed of. And my history sexually was not good. I didn't like sex. I didn't want, you know, much to do with it. So that part of my relationship with Dylan was very helpful. You know, it opened my eyes and my heart and my just allowed me to explore my sexuality in a way that I felt was accepted, and you know, I wasn't judged or ridiculed. So everything started out very good and innocent. Now, as time,
he was a fucking prisoner in jail, and it was innocent. All right, it's just a fucking. It couldn't have been more innocent unless I met him on the teacups at Disneyland.
Progressed.
He was only in jail for a little kidnapping and fucking 500 ecstasy pills or something.
I don't even know if I can call it a manipulation, because in my eyes, I felt like it was intentional. I felt like he had a plan from the beginning. He wanted me to be, you know, working in sex work. He wanted me to be doing porn. He wanted me to be camming. And I know he did, you know, because he coached me all the way through it. But there was a lot of pressure. I would cry and I would say, I don't like this. I don't want to do it. And he would say things like, well, if you love me, you'll do it. And, you know, I would resist and I'd say, no, I don't want.
She couldn't have just taken overtime at work to send Dylan money. She had to do it. Remember her whole fucking, what she said on the crazy, I can't remember what it was called, the podcast with those guys, where she was smoking weed, doing her accent and being like, I love sex work. It's my favorite thing to do. I fuck guys in the ear with my finger. Remember that? I remember that.
Too. But at the end of the day, all I cared about was making him happy, you know, so I was willing.
I forgot about her tweets. Were her tweets that crazy? Probably were.
To do, you know, this sex stuff that under normal circumstances I never would have wanted any part of.
Angela, we gotta cover the Gala sisters soon. I have to check Instagram more often too. Those fucking Gala sisters.
Because I wanted him to be happy. Well, you can only do that for so long before you're so filled with resentment that you start to detest the other person, right? So that's what happened. I started to hate him. The deeper into the shit I fell.
Oh, they're just lurking in the background, being mischievous.
The more abused I became, the more harassed, tormented, slandered, followed, kidnapped, every negative thing that stemmed from that initial, you know, desire of him getting me involved in that sex shit, I blamed on him entirely. And I loved him, but
Remember Coco Pumpkin Booty?
I also hated him. And I blamed him. You know, I was being raped. I had a gun, you know, in my face. There were many different situations that unfolded that I ultimately blamed him for.
They're doing cooking stuff. I don't know if they're like still together or not, but they have an online presence.
It was very difficult. It brought up a lot of shit with my PTSD, and it made functioning extremely difficult. So while all this is happening,
They do a lot of videos where it's just like it's just them showing food and stuff, right? So I gotta like go through them all, and I gotta find the ones where you can actually hear them talking, and we gotta analyze it. Remember we found, well, I can't remember which one was which at this point. I think which is the one who looks like the Monsters Inc. character, but really skinny with the glasses. We found her TikTok. I can't remember if it was Rachel or Rhea. I think it's Rhea. I think her name was Rhea. It's been that long. And that was just fucking crazy. So I hope I can find like a couple videos like that. Them just like, I don't know, lecturing people about food or some shit. And Dylan in the background being like, oh, and another thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my hopes too high. I haven't done a deep dive on it yet. I've just been poking around here and there.
crying, you know, and begging him. I'm telling him, like,
fucking Rhea,
over and over, if you love me, why do you ask me to do this stuff? This is not love. Me being, you know, exploited sexually, humiliated sexually, abused sexually should not be something that you get off on, you know. And he'd want me to tell him these detailed stories of what was going on, and told me that he really liked it, and that it, you know, that was what was keeping our relationship alive, because you can't have sex when the other person is in prison, and etc. and so forth. You know, so I quickly learned, you know, that I couldn't do it. You know, that sex work, camming, being exploited sexually is just, I've never hated my.
No. Rhea entered herself in a modeling competition? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to, I was thinking about throwing them in. We gotta do a stream either. I'm probably not tonight. It's almost midnight. Tomorrow we're gonna do a stream called Some Heavy Hitters. We're gonna get caught up on Shani. Shani has lost Rev. Rev is missing you guys. And G-Man went and saw Shani. And then I want to like poke around Food of Beauty a bit more. So those will be the heavy hitters. I was thinking about throwing the Gala Sisters in with them. Even though Rhea, I guess, is not a heavy hitter. But they might just need their own thing if they're entering modeling competitions. I wasn't expecting that.
Myself, or been unable to recognize myself, or been so humiliated and disgusted as I was doing that. I would lay in the bathtub, I would put a little bleach in there, and I would just soak, because I always referred to myself as yuck. I'm so yuck. I'm so disgusting. I'm so yuck.
No, you were bragging about it. You're very braggadocious. That's not the word I'm looking for.
And I just wanted to get the yuck off, you know. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I didn't want anyone to touch me. I only wanted him to touch me from the beginning. So
it's like conflicting. So sometimes she'll be like, no one ever touched me. I only did solo stuff. And the cheeseburger fucking asshole thing. And a whole bunch of other weird, cringy stuff. And then there's other times where she's like, I don't know, I was made to spew with all these guys.
We were kind of not okay. Then we get close to the time of him coming out of prison, and he says to me, hey babe, I want to do this reality show. It's called Love After Lockup. I don't think so, Dylan. You know, that's me. I'm like, no.
I heard that it was actually Heather that was the one that wanted to do it. like suggested it to Dylan.
No, I don't want to do it. He's like, please, let's do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. He's like, please, babe, they're going to pay us, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know, I guess we can do it then, you know, because that's...
Because you gotta think about it, Dylan's pretty crazy himself, but from Dylan's perspective, like, why the fuck would you, if you were Dylan, why would you be with Heather unless she presented you with something like this? Like, hey, we could go in Love After Lockup. Get some exposure. I don't know if maybe they get part of their sentence taken off. I have no fucking clue. But then Dylan would be like, oh, maybe. And I also think Marissa didn't want to do it.
Me, you know, getting walked on because I was unable to stand for myself. So I, you know, just said yes. Oops. And I ended up doing it. Now, when I agreed to do the reality show...
I'm sorry about it. I'll start streaming 24/7 again.
It was supposed to be a show outlining relationships. Thank you so much. Relationships that last through prison sentences and the transition coming home. Dylan and I had been together for his entire prison sentence, almost 4 years. I was there at his sentencing, sitting next to his mom and grandma, you know, while he was being sentenced, and they gave him 12. And he was facing up to 20, you know, and I remember being there and telling him, like, it's okay, you know, whatever they do, I'm here for you, I got your back. And it was a really actually healthy relationship in the beginning. We would read books about marketing and sales and make plans about our fitness business and our marketing business and, you know, raising the kids together and being a family. And it was just extremely healthy, extremely productive. We would read books together.
Have any of you guys ever dated someone, like, how do you... I feel like that's just a bad idea in general. Like, I'm looking for a partner, and for whatever reason you can't find anyone on the outside, so you turn to jail? Like, you start looking to date people in jail. I just don't understand that. Have you guys ever done that? Can you give me, like, maybe a perspective on it, like why you would do it? Is it because you know they won't cheat on you because they're in jail? Like, they can't go anywhere? They could be gay. They could, like, they could still be cheating on you. I don't know. I just, like, it doesn't... I've never got that. I've never understood it. Even watching all the Love After Lockup stuff or Love During Lockup, I don't get it. I'm like, why would anyone want to do this? And then I always think, oh, because it's on TV. But there's people who do this who aren't on TV. Like, they just do this.
You know, not on the phone, but, like, we'd buy this
Savior complex is that. Yeah, actually that makes sense.
same books, and he'd read it there and I'd read it at home and, you know, talk about it and just...
There's, like, you're that desperate. Jail?
We had a very, very healthy relationship. Now...
You know Dylan would be with Marissa if he wasn't in jail, right? So, like, in my mind, Dylan went to jail and Heather was like, this is my chance to really show that I love Dylan. Because, yeah, Marissa's doing other shit while he's in jail.
We bonded, and the where he got me to really trust him was when we first got together and he knew that I was kind of being victimized by this group of people, and they were continuing to come to my house and let themselves in and help themselves to my food and money and whatever they wanted. And he kind of explained to me that the exact same thing had happened to him. That this group of people had kind of done the same thing to him, and that's actually how he developed an addiction, was that he was taking a medication, a prescribed medication, and he ran out, and someone on the street, a part of that group, offered him the medication, but it really wasn't the medication, it was something else, and that he became addicted to it and, you know, had all of these residual problems.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, and I guess guys in jail, or no, guys who would be dating girls in jail, I just think of Stan. You know, that old man Stan who can't find anyone, so he's just like buying people's love in jail, which is pretty crazy.
So I knew, you know, that he had had similar struggles in the past, and I think that's what made me trust him so much and believe that he could keep me safe from it. And it stopped, you know. Shortly after we started dating, they stopped showing up randomly. They stopped coming over. They stopped taking my belongings. And I believed that it was because he was protecting me. So that made me, like, even more, you know, in love with him. So fast forward to his release, and the show, you know, is recording us, and we filmed for 7 or 8 days, and everything was great. We went to go look at wedding venues. We went to Lover's Lane. We went out to eat. We went to all these different places and did all these things, and got a lot of great content. We shot for 1.5 days after Dylan's release. Immediately upon his release, they took him away from me. Now, Dylan and I had an agreement.
But see what happens, especially in Love After Lockup, is as soon as they get out of jail, they just want to do whatever the fuck they want. Like, what's the cage thing? They're just gonna be wild. They're gonna be fucking wild. This happens to every one of them. Every single one of them. They're like, oh, he's gonna be so well behaved because he's had to be so well behaved for like 20 years. It's like, nah, man. He's gonna be a wild man.
And Dylan had brought it up, not me, and he's like, look, this is what happens when you do reality shows. The producers try to pin each other against each other. We're not gonna let them take us away. I'm not gonna go away with them from you, and you're not gonna go away with them from me. If they wanna talk to us, they can talk to us together. So we were in agreement, That's not the way it played out. As soon as he got out, they started taking him away from me. They had their own agenda. I was freaking out saying he's gonna be late, his parole officer's gonna be at the house, we have to go. Well, that's not the way the show told the story. The show tells the story that I was like, just being, who cares, nonchalant. It wasn't that way at all. I was freaking out thinking he was gonna get in trouble, and the show was saying, let's go out to dinner. So from the very beginning, the show was pinning us against each other and making me out to be the villain. And I had a problem with that.
I don't even think they made Heather look like a villain. She just looked like she was unhinged all the time and crazy. Because she was. She ripped out all the cameras and drove the wrong way down a one-way street with Dylan, the asset, the star, in the car.
On day 2 of shooting with the show after Dylan's release.
Like, you wouldn't be on the show unless one of you was locked up, right?
We went to the DMV. Again, it was my idea. I wanted him to get all of his documents. I wanted him to sign up for his drug classes and take care of all of his business. We get to the DMV, and
Dylan reminds me kind of like, that fish that Will Smith played in that shark movie? It's like that mixed with like a pug that's just taking steroids. That's what Dylan reminds me of.
The producers had been instigating the entire time. They're telling him in front of me, wow, she's taking forever to do her makeup.
If someone could put that together, like a man bear pig, I'll pull it up on screen.
Does she not want you to get your license? Just instigating the whole time. We get there, he goes in.
Just like how far their eyes are separated and they're like they're like teary and they're like big and dilated to fuck because he's on all those drugs. Got like the fisheye too, right? And his ears, no, I think his ears are actually normal. Nah, I have to look at a picture of him now.
The producers asked me not to go in with him. The producers comes out and tells me that he's inside talking to another woman. So I'm already livid now. It's been 7 days of shooting.
Yeah, no, he has normal ears. In my brain, he had weird ears.
And every single day has been fine up until the moment the person I've been waiting years to get released comes out. And now the producers are making us fight about everything for no reason and making it look like I'm like out to get him or like out to sabotage him, when in actuality I was his only support system the entire time he was in prison. Every single day talking on the phone 4 or 5 hours a day, visiting him, every single visiting opportunity,
Someone said that the other day. I can't remember what it was about. We're like, yep, Tash says that.
Spending money on snacks, doing all this stuff, and it was returned. The love was returned. He helped me from in prison. He would give me money. He helped me fix my license. His mom would help me. So it was a pretty even relationship, until his release. So after the DMV is when that whole scene of me having PTSD on camera comes forth. So I'm sitting in my car, and I'm already being instigated all day long. So I'm sitting in my car trying to cool down. The producers have him outside the car, again, isolating him and starting shit. I tell him I want to get away from them for a second. Let's go to the nail shop. Let's go get food. Let's go.
I wish I could just show you guys the episode. That would be a good YouTube stream to just watch the clips from Love After Lockup. Not even the whole episode. Well, we went just like their parts of the episode, just the clips on YouTube, but they'll copyright me, and then I'll go
Anywhere but here. And he like looks at me, and I can tell in his eyes he wants to get in the car and leave with me. He can see I'm not okay. He's telling them I'm not okay, which is also on camera. He's like, I have to go with.
There's a female who later explained she might be responsible for putting Heather on the show. This person would visit at the same time Heather did. She mentioned it to the producers. Okay. So they saw potential, like Heather being fucking insane and being like, oh, okay. Maybe we could get them on the show.
With her, I have to get her out of here. She needs a moment.
That actually makes sense.
Now, a little background PTSD.
I don't remember her channel's on. Maybe it was on like that Amber person's channel. I always forget about them, but I know that they cover Love After Lockup people. So I feel like since they do like more Love After Lockup content, then maybe they would have like communication with the producer. This is just me coming up with shit in my head. I have no idea. I don't know.
I have PTSD. It gets bad. The biggest trigger is when I'm being held against my will.
It was a Reddit post, okay.
Told the reality show all about that, and they assured me that they would never do anything like that to trigger the PTSD. Well, that's not the way it went down. They triggered the PTSD intentionally. They instigated all day, and then they directly got in between Dylan and I when I was trying to drive away. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let him get in the car. Finally, he gets in the car. I'm ripping off my cameras and mics, and I'm telling him, take your cameras off, you know? And he's just sitting there like kind of not wanting to take them off, not knowing what to do. I start driving away.
He was not being an Xavier.
And as soon as I pull away, the minivan and the other car of producers and cameras start chasing me down the street. I black out. I'm in complete PTSD at this point, freaking the fuck out, crying, hyperventilating, begging them to stop, screaming, please don't shoot, please don't shoot.
That wasn't in the show.
It was horrible. It was probably one of the worst experiences of PTSD that I've had in my entire life to date.
She's also driving off with like thousands of dollars of their equipment, probably. They're not gonna risk it. Dylan's just standing there with all the cameras and microphones. It's like, no, we gotta make sure. Like, go get this woman.
I've never been so embarrassed. I've never felt so.
It was all because Dylan said you were late because Heather wanted to do her makeup, which I can 1000% see being the case because she does that to herself all the time going to the gym.
Betrayed, backstabbed, set up, used, a lot of very negative emotion. So the reality show decides that they're going to stop filming. Dylan and I go get a hotel, or they get us a hotel, and the reality show leaves. Dylan and I go back to the hotel. We stayed in an Airbnb for like a week. None of the shit they, none of the content that they showed, that Love After Lockup showed, us returning to Aunt Diane's, none of that actually happened. We didn't go back to Aunt Diane's until after the days that the Airbnb were up, several days after the production team left. So none of that happened. I would never have sex at Aunt Diane's house.
You said that you did.
All of the commentary that they played was played out of order and out of context. So
It doesn't matter because you said you did.
So please, all of the stigmas and slander that I get from what you saw in the show, I've told this story before, but for anyone who's new, that is not who I am. It was completely shown out of context to support a false.
It doesn't even matter what order they showed it in. It was all crazy. You can't. I'm trying to think of it, if she could come up with a justified reason for her acting like that. There is no justified reason. It's not. No. You're just an insane person.
False narrative, and it has had a major impact on my life. Dylan and I stayed together for about 6 months after the show.
Like reality TV show is going to put people in situations that might provoke a reaction, but it's up to the person to react, right? Like what they did was they suggested that they go out to eat or they go try to get the driver's license or something. So when they did, the parole officer called, and then it was like, oh, we got to get back in time or else Dylan might go back to jail. They added a bit of suspense, right? She took that way too fucking, it was too much for her, and she crashed the fuck out, you know? And now she's upset that they're playing things maybe out of order. It wouldn't even matter. People don't pay attention to what the fuck they're watching on reality TV. Like, it's all just a blur of fucking highlights of crazy events anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Filmed. We lived together in my apartment, which flooded shortly after Dylan and I stopped filming and left Aunt Diane's and moved back in. Now, one day Dylan wakes up and he looks at me and he goes, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't do this anymore? I'm like, are you gonna break up with me? And I'm losing it. It's like 2 weeks after this guy comes home. I waited 4 years for him to get out of prison. And is he really like breaking up with me? There's 3 children who have been waiting for him. Like, we look like little puppies, like waiting for this man like for years. And now you're just like, oh, fuck you. It's been 2 weeks. I'm leaving. Wow, you know?
Yeah, because this is a lot.
So I was hurt. I was really hurt. And he tells me he's going to an Airbnb. And the way they did it was super.
I agree, Bella. You might be, Bella. You might be a little bit back in the stream. But I did, yeah, it was weird. That's why we call her Cashy.
Fucked up. He didn't even break up with me. He actually, we went, spent a whole day together. I took him to get his hair cut. And then when we got back to Aunt Diane's and pulled in the driveway, his mom pulled in behind us and blocked in my car. And he just packed his shit and left. That conversation, him saying I can't do this anymore, that took place like a week prior. So he's like, no, of course I'm not leaving you, and we made up. So besides that, like, argument, I had no idea he was planning on leaving. So yeah, he left, told me he's going to an Airbnb. Come to find out, he never went to an Airbnb. He went to Alicia's house, one of his exes, and was cheating on me, even though he was talking to me every day, telling me no, he's not cheating on me. He just needed space. I'm trying to be understanding. You just got out of prison, you know. I understand it's probably very overwhelming that you have a whole wife and 3 children waiting for you when you just spent 4 years in prison, you know. So I'm feeling like, let me just give him space and, you know, not punish him for being traumatized by the prison system. Let me try to be an understanding wife who loves her husband, who works through this shit, rather than says fuck you and ends the relationship. So that was a mistake. I took him back. He came back about a week later, and I took him back, and we were back in.
I don't know why this one's so long.
My apartment, and everything seemed to be going well. His friend was staying with us on the days that my kids weren't with us, and we were all working together, selling.
Who was his friend?
Renewable energy, and I felt like for the first time in a long time, life was good. You know, I wasn't being forced into sexual exploitation. I wasn't being raped. I wasn't being abused. I was happy. I was confident. I was hopeful. And I thought that the future was going to be amazing. Dylan was doing fantastic at his sales, and he brought me in, and I was killing it. Like, it was just, we had a good team. Everybody was a lot of fun. Everybody got along until he started cheating on me with people at work. Now I'm
an FBI field agent in Illinois. Heather doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. I think she just like pulls names out of places. James Soroka actually does this too. He'll just come up with fun fucking backstories to excuse why he's such a shitty fucking person. I didn't choose prison dick over my kids. All of these insane circumstances happen, and it's actually like way more complicated than you think. And I'm being gang-sacked all over the country, and the FBI are involved, and the state's attorney, you know what I'm saying? It's craziness. James would be like, I'm Hitler's grandchild, so you better not mess with me. Weird flex. But yeah, they're both crazy. They need to get together.
I'm being publicly humiliated regularly at my place of employment, and there's nothing I can do about it. My apartment flooded, the apartment that was mine that we were living in together, and we got a different apartment together, but because of some issues that I had had in the past financially, I couldn't put my name on the lease. I didn't have good credit. So it was him and his mom's name on the lease. We went and viewed it together, and we agreed on it, and then we moved in together. My children had their own room upstairs, and him and I shared the master bedroom.
Called Feds, huh? Yeah, I'll check that out.
So we're living in this apartment. We're selling energy.
I gotta watch that Rob Ford documentary. You guys want to watch that?
And every day it's like a new issue. His exes emailing me saying that he's talking to them, saying that he's cheating on me. Him adamant, no, I'm not, babe. I swear to God, I would never do that to you. No, I'm not. I love you. I would never. So it was just a lot of, running around in circles. Is he really doing this? Is he not? I'd say 2-3 weeks after that is when he started using again. And I was out of town. I was at a photo shoot in LA, and I called him on FaceTime, and I could tell he was fucked up, and he didn't.
Oh, you know what? Because Dylan has a kidnapping charge, I wonder if maybe he was somehow involved in like Dylan's case or something, and she heard that name through that grapevine somehow and just threw it in there. Because like, it's very specific. And if he was in Illinois and Dylan was kidnapping someone in Illinois, I mean, that would make sense, right?
He didn't tell me at that time. He pretended like he was fine. But
Or it could just be a coincidence.
I could feel it. So I get home from LA, I find a bra in my bedroom, and a tank of nitrous oxide. So now I know he's using again. I'm so saddened and disappointed, worried, scared. But then it goes further, and I'm not going to discuss all of the things that went on between Dylan and I because there was a lot of...
Yeah, there's like a Netflix documentary about him. I didn't even know about it. It's called Trainwreck the Mayor or something.
Abuse. The drug-fueled behaviors didn't get any better. From him just doing nitrous, he started using other...
He has nothing to do with Heather or Dylan? Oh, okay.
Things, Xanax, Coke, all types of shit. And...
Yeah, mostly drug
cops. Where it finally
cops.
came to a head, I came home one day and he was smoking one of those balloons, and he was blue, completely blue, shaking.
I like Rob Ford, alright? I think he's a cool guy. Even if he did smoke crack. Yeah, I still think he's a cool guy.
Like purple lips, and I thought he was gonna kill himself. I thought he was dead. And I was genuinely scared. I'd never seen anything like that before ever in my entire life. So that's when I ended up trying to handle it with him and telling him, like, if you don't stop using, I'm going to call your PO. And I gave him several opportunities
How did that go over?
to stop. Many before I actually called. But the final straw was when he really, really beat me. Really beat me. Picked me up on my neck, dropped me, kicked me, punched me. Locked me outside in the alley in my pajamas. In the winter, just a bunch of stuff, and I decided I felt like I was not going to make it out of there alive, and that's the truth. I felt like I was going to be dead, and not have a chance to raise my children. So I called his...
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is the guy you want around your children, by the way.
PO, and I talked to his PO and his PO's boss, and I told them he's doing drugs, he's very fucked up. Someone needs to do something. At this point in time, no PO had even been to our house to check on him. So things were going very wrong very quickly, immediately, following his release. When I called the PO basically told me that there was nothing they could do and that I should go file an order of protection. I asked to talk to the boss of the PO, whoever was in charge. They transferred me. I repeated everything. I told them everything that was going on, the abuse, the drugs.
Gotta love people like that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk to your boss. I'm gonna say all the same shit. And then the boss says the same thing the guy before you told you about, but people just don't listen.
My fears, and that officer told me the same thing. You have to file an order of protection. There's nothing we can do. Well, I tried that. I went to the courthouse and I filed the order of protection.
And before I could get my paper
I don't even know about this. He was running through town hall knocking old ladies over because he thought Doug got punched out. Fucking guy.
work into file, he had already taken everything that I told his PO verbatim and told a judge that I was doing that to him. So where I'm saying he's using and abusing drugs, he goes and tells the judge it's me using and abusing drugs.
You guys probably were both using and abusing drugs, and you probably shouldn't be together based off of everything you just told me, right? And it was all in his name, the apartment and stuff, so therefore you would be the one who would leave, and then we still are talking about this. This is in 2021. We're still talking about it fucking 6 years later, or 7, I don't know. This all happened in like 20. I had to look up Love After Lockup season 2. It might have been 2017, bro. Oh, that's fucking insane if that's true. Then it would be almost a decade.
I've never done meth in my life. He tells the judge I'm smoking meth. Then he tells the judge I'm beating him. Now, for anyone who knows my ex, he's a big guy, strong, big muscles, very strong. There's no way in hell I could beat him up, okay? So the fact that he said everything that he was doing to me,
No, 2019. I think it's 2019.
he reported to a judge, and then a judge issued him an OP, and I get home from the courthouse from me filing mine and it getting denied, and he's in the house with the police, and they're like, you need to go. You have 5 minutes, grab a bag and get out. And I'm like, what the fuck? I start crying. I'm not okay. Like, how the fuck do you think you have the right to remove me from my home? What more? And the way my mind works, it's like, what more could I have possibly done to prevent?
Yeah, just leave it for her and her kids. You know how Eminem in 8 Mile, he left her the car, and Cheddar Bob was like, oh, she's gonna need the car if she's pregnant, B-Rabbit. That's what that was gonna happen.
Having to call his PO. Am I wrong for not wanting him to die from drug use? You know, what kind of a wife sits there and watches her husband almost kill himself and does nothing to intervene, you know? And I beat myself up over that shit a lot. While I'm, you know, supposed to be recovering from being raped and abused and beaten, my mind is 100% thinking about him and feeling like I'm doing something wrong and I'm the bad guy and I'm out of line for trying to get help with the situation. Now, when Dylan went to obtain that OP, I was dyeing my hair blonde. So I had bleach in my hair and I had my puppy when I was served. And he walks in and hey babe, like everything's fine. And then the police are right behind him. Now, mind you, the day before he filed this OP, we were having sex and sleeping together, and, you know, he had not a single complaint about me. I was always very vocal about what was wrong with what was he doing, what was wrong with...
You don't think he had a single complaint about you? He just did this just because?
With what he was doing, the cheating and the drug use. But I wasn't doing that to him, and I never would, so what could he possibly say, right? Here's a woman who's loyal as fuck, done everything that you've asked, waited for you for years to come out of prison, is concerned that you're going to kill yourself because you're turning blue, unconscious from heavy drug use. Of course I'm going to call the PO, you know? And so I'm in pajamas with my hair in bleach, and I have my little puppy with me, and the police say, you've got to go. And I'm crying, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like showing them the proof. I'm like, I'm the one who reported this. I'm the one who's trying to get the OP. And they said, no, you've got to go. And I grab a bag and walk out. I'm crying. I'm hysterical. I know I have nowhere to go. I know.
What happened to this dog?
Oh, you know, my kids live there. I live there. And my kids, they were at their dad's at the time, but they have their bedroom there, all their clothes, everything. So I'm crying. And as I walk out of the house, the officer says, wait a minute. And I turn around and he says, you have to come with us. And I said, what do you mean I have to come with you? And he said, you have to come with us. We're not letting you leave here. And they grab me, and I start freaking out. Again, another...
Is this when David Shepard told her to do all this stuff? No, she was told to leave, she left. And now there's this, like, spin where they're like, you're gonna become an asset for us, or some bullshit.
PTSD trigger. And I said, am I under arrest? No, you're not under arrest. But he said you were going to kill yourself. You were trying to kill yourself. So we have to take you to the hospital for a psych eval.
Oh, okay, that actually makes sense.
Just a second ago, I was walking down the street, free to go with a bag. I have my puppy under my arm. Now you're unlawfully detaining me and forcing me to Illinois Masonic Hospital, where I was never evaluated, but I was injected with a heavy-duty sedative and woke up 8 hours later at CBH. Terrified, having no recollection or memory of what the fuck had just gone on, freaking the fuck out.
How did she get their memory back?
Where are my kids? Where is my puppy? Where the fuck am I? You know, that was my attitude.
Ron stole the puppy. I remember her trying to steal someone else's puppy. Or a dog or something. Heather tried to steal someone's dog one time. After she lost the puppy. Her puppy.
I was evaluated, supposedly, and discharged with no diagnosis. The diagnosis they wrote on my discharge paperwork was relationship stress. And that's the truth. All of my stress was 100% caused by what was going on in the relationship. And also the fact that people were coming around our house, fucking with our windows. He's removing the alarms off the windows so that when I'm alone, putting me under camera surveillance so that when I'm sleeping, there's cameras in my bedroom, cameras in my kitchen, cameras in my living room. I can't even fart without him knowing about it. And then if I go to sleep and he's not home, he's calling me and telling me, turn and face the camera so I can see your face. So I'm terrified.
So why would we want to stay here? Do you think she would just want to leave, right?
You know, how did I end up here when I'm being victimized, I'm calling out for help, and now somehow my kids are gone, my house is gone, and I'm waking up in this strange place? While I'm in CBH, I witness multiple abuses, terrible abuses. Men being held down and overpowered and forced to take medication that they don't take or need to take. Women being manhandled by big, huge guys, dragged into bathrooms to bathe the woman, and then the woman comes out and the whole bathroom smells like poop, and the whole time she's screaming for help in agony, like just a bunch of fucked up shit. HIPAA violations, just a lot of very, very predatory situations going on in that place. It was absolutely terrifying. I don't think I've ever been as terrified as I was there anywhere else in my entire life.
I ain't misbehaving.
But they could only hold me for so many days, and it's clear, if you meet me and have one conversation with me, it's clear that crazy is not the issue here. The issue is that I'm being silenced and ignored.
Yeah, okay.
So they discharged me with no diagnosis or follow-up recommended, and literally have been since that time putting me through cycles of continued abuse, of repetitions of exactly what he did, just with different variations. Multiple things: human trafficking things, drug things, trapping things, stealing, robberies, not committing them, me being robbed, my belongings being tampered with, being followed to the gym, being stalked, harassed, called every name in the book, just ignored every police report that I filed, ignored every petition that I filed, but are going through my belongings and stealing money from me, and you know, just none of it added up at all. So it was just a terrifying situation. Now, what I didn't know until much later was that while I was in there, supposedly the father of my youngest daughter went to court and filed a motion to secure physical custody.
There we go. There we go. No fucking joint primary custody or whatever the fuck she says. What does she usually say?
So we had
joint primary custody. Something that doesn't exist. It's not a thing.
Joint custody. He filed a motion to have my youngest daughter with him 100% of the time. I never was served. I never was subpoenaed. I never got brought into court. I never saw a judge. I never even got, informed that there was an order being entered or why the order was being entered. I'm in court fighting for an order of protection to protect myself and my children, and then they've got my ex in court fighting to take custody from me. So it's they turn the families against each other.
No, they're like Mom is clearly not fit to take care of herself, let alone any of these kids. We should probably make sure we have custody, just in case.
And now the turmoil is not between me and him, it's me and my ex fighting over custody of my daughter. So I freed myself from this abusive situation, but I have to now find out that there's some erroneous order being entered in court without my knowledge or awareness. How? That's not legal. None of the things that have gone on are legal. Everything I've
Where's Mom? Who knows?
described until this point are exploitative, unlawful measures that have been taken that have subsequently resulted in me being tortured, slandered, harassed, my likeness being
She's got I don't think she knows what torture means.
used, my reputation being destroyed,
Tortured?
and my children and the rest of my family being affected equally as negative. So that was in, I want to say, June or May of 2019. I'm sorry, 2020. And I was able to grow, I'm sorry, this is one of the sabotagers knocking on the window. Anytime I do a live or try to describe certain things, they come. It's very clear that I'm discussing it. They know what I'm discussing. And then they come and try pounding on the window or doing different things to sabotage. They don't want me talking about my experience, which again is obstruction. So to make a long story short, I know it's kind of already been a long story.
Yeah, very many iterations of the story as well. You know, there's all these parallel universes supposedly. It's like Heather just relives a different one every time. It all starts at the same place, Dylan Smith, and then we branch out into all these different iterations of it.
It's been the same cycle of abuse since that time.
You never know which one you're gonna get, but I can give you the bullet points, you know.
I have been
It's always going to include X, Y, and Z.
isolated from reaching friends and family. They call it an invisible fence, where they have obstructed justice by sending messages and calls that I intend to go to my mom or my dad or my sister, and forwarding them to numbers that I don't even know who they are. I tried calling 911. They won't let the calls go through to 911. So I've been documenting this every step of the way. I finally got an apartment. Everything died down and I had no issues for about 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Everything
3 days.
was going great. I got another job serving at a restaurant in Roselle, Nasty Biscuit Southern Comfort it's called. And on day 2 of work, they're in there again harassing me, following me. No one knew that I had that job. I'm not from that area. No one that I know has even heard of that restaurant, yet there they are, showing up. So it's very clear, that not only is there some sort of a block from helping me, but the same people who claim to be helping are in actuality just stalking and harassing and perpetuating the false narrative that was started by the show in 2019. And again, there are hundreds at this point of videos and photos proving all of this and documenting all of this all along the way. My children have been kept from me.
Well, either this is the same story in a different package. I swear I've seen this one somewhat recently. So I know everything she's gonna say. I'm Smooth. I'll be back. If you get little angels, don't do anything I want to do.
And it's not my family members. All of them are behaving in completely out of character ways. They have also been exploited and threatened into doing things that are completely out of character for them. They've been put into terrible situations themselves. I'm worried about my mom. I'm worried about my sister. I see the kids every day, but my family and I have had very little communication, and I'm concerned. After all of that, died down, and I had those 8 weeks of kind of peacefulness, and I call it peacefulness, but in actuality, it was, more of the same. A deliberate attempt to discredit my experience, but it doesn't work when you have proof. And that's why I always tell people the truth shall set you free, because someone can say a lie about you, or make something up,
But when you have direct evidence proving the opposite, what happens now? Now you have someone who's gone above and beyond and tricked a bunch of people into believing them, who's now been disproven, you know, and that inflames the narcissist. And that's why I was getting all this blowback. God forbid the truth comes out and the narcissist was actually the liar, you know, then all hell breaks loose. So that's kind of where we were at. I did get an apartment today. I met a man, Eric. We started talking about 8 weeks ago. He was in the beginning, very understanding about my situation and my issues with being traumatized sexually and being raped multiple times and abused in other ways. He was very understanding and, you know, would hug me and rub my back and told me, I'm here for you, you know, I'm here for you and we're gonna get through this and I'm here to help you. And I was very, very grateful for that. It kind of seems like since that time, something happened, someone interfered, someone intruded. The same thing that happened with all of my friends, Natalia, Aaron, Alyssa, one by one down the line. We're friends and everything's great. They want to help me, everything's fabulous. Someone intrudes, and all of a sudden things change and you can feel the shift. Almost like they're being threatened, exploited, paid off, something like that. So I still do talk to Eric, and most days are good, but I don't trust him fully. And that's because of everything that has happened, you know, in the past 2 years. I am not able, I've been conditioned not to trust. And it's sad and it's wrong. The events that unfolded were deliberate. The victimizations were deliberate. Someone premeditated all of those things to happen, and they happened. And people were aware that they had happened and continued, you know, for quite some time. With that being said, I don't want to lose trust in everyone. You know, I want to be able to trust people again and foster healthy relationships. I deserve that, you know. But what I'm most upset, confused, bothered about is the fact that they've now forced my children into the same cycle of abuse, of exploitation. And they continue to alienate me, their mother, isolate me, their mother, and put intentional roadblocks in the way of us being together. Like I said, I see them every day. I bring them food, I see them, but every time I try to take them back with me permanently, and now I have an apartment, there's some issue. And it's not coming from my family. And it's not coming from my ex's families. So who is it coming from, right? Who is putting this pressure on my family? Who is standing in the way of my children being with me? So today my ex and I have always been ones like, let's keep this out of court. We can co-parent together. There's no reason to involve the court system. Fuck that. That's just hurtful to both of us and to the children. You know, who wants a judge who doesn't even know you from Adam or a hole in the ground dictating who can see the kid when? The judge knows nothing about myself, nothing about my family, nothing about my children. The judge gets a 10-second snippet of reality and then deciphers it in their own perception, out of context and out of reality. It's infuriating to me that any judge thinks what they did entering that erroneous order and not even allowing me to be heard in court is acceptable. It is infuriating to me that I have been silenced and ignored. It is infuriating to me that I have taken every channel and measure that I can to receive relief from all of this abuse and all of these events, only to be continually silenced, continually set up, bullied, followed. It's exhausting. Again,
all of this shit stopped and it was fine, and then it started again. And that's what makes me believe something else is going on here, and someone is intentionally creating these circumstances around me. Even though I'm safe, they do stuff to make me feel unsafe, and I don't understand why. You know, what is the end game? What is the desire? They've definitely attempted.
Yeah, I mean, the oldest one won't even let her know where her new place is. I probably wouldn't either. Things have gotten a lot worse this year for Heather. I thought for a second she might actually get Weston back. She had her apartment. All she had to do was not be a fucking lunatic. And instead, she cranked it up to 11.
Numerous times to trap me or indicate me in a crime that I've had no part of. I have proof of that as well. You know, I just don't really know what to do.
They saw Weston in the hospital. They went and visited Heather when she gave birth to him.
To escape it. You know, I've even out of state, they create these circumstances. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they talked to a DCFS worker while they were there. And they might not have said some things. These things they probably were like, I love my mom, but I don't think she should have that kid. You know, she lives in a tent, right?
it's just, that is kind of the wrap up of where it's at. Now, moving forward, so I see my kids almost every day, bring them food, you know, hang out with them in the car. But now I finally have an apartment, right? So I want to bring my children to be with me. They're my kids. They've lived with me full time their entire lives. I miss them, right? So I want them to be with me.
I can't remember how old the youngest is, but they've lived with me their entire lives. This is 2021. You lost them in 2019. So, like, 7 years. 7 years. If she was 7, that's half their life at this point. Like, you can't keep saying that. She says that to this day. They've lived with me their entire life. No, they haven't. They fucking have been living with you in a long ass time.
I go and I tell my ex I'm taking my daughter, and he says, you're not taking her. She's not allowed over there until you go to court. Did anyone see my live last week when I went to the courthouse and I was told that I needed to dial an 800 number to get a court date? And that was false. Did anyone see all of my live streams when I'm on my computer going to the Cook County website attempting to file the petition and it's being blocked? Not just once or twice or 3 times, but numerous times. I would
Is she not filing them right?
Be willing to bet it's hundreds of times I've been obstructed from justice. I've been denied the opportunity to file petitions. I've been intentionally and maliciously held back from moving my case forward and reuniting with my children. And why is that? Cerebral. I attempted to schedule therapy. They took my money and denied me the opportunity to see a therapist. Then, after I send them 20 emails asking for a refund or to know why I can't schedule, they say, oh, you've got therapy. It's set up with Emily for Tuesday. What? You didn't even verify my identity yet, and that's not the way therapy works. You get to choose from a list of providers and assign yourself a provider that you feel is a good fit.
Why'd you give them money then?
So I email them back. Same day. All of this is the same day. You know what? Let me get a refund. BetterHelp doesn't do it this way. You guys don't advertise that you do it this way. I'm not happy with this. Please refund my money. That was December 2nd. We are on December, 30th? I still haven't received a refund, nor have I been offered the opportunity to schedule with a therapist. So everyone wants to sit here saying, well, Heather needs therapy.
Heather just needs to do things the way they're supposed to be done, not Heather's way. Alright? Heather's way is not the right way. It's the wrong way, but longer. It's like the longest wrong way we could go.
Or Heather needs to work. Or Heather needs this, and that before she can have her kids back. But yet those same people are creating circumstances that make it completely impossible to follow through with any of that stuff. You're sitting here saying, you want me to have therapy, I'm trying to sign up, I paid the $90 that I truly don't have to begin with, and then you block me from actually seeing the therapist. You say you want me to work a job, great, I've obtained 8 different employments since all of this happened. When are you going to stop showing up there and harassing me
8 employments, not jobs, employments.
and bullying me until I'm running out the door in tears in a full-blown anxiety attack. They create a problem that was not there to begin with. And then they blame me. And it's wrong. And I'm not the only one they do this to. They do this to anyone that they're, quote, healing. Healing out is what they call it. The heel, the scapegoat. Well, it's not me. I'm not your heel. I'm not anyone's heel. I'm a mom. I've been saying the same shit for the past years. I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I'm a mom.
I'm a mom.
I want to be with my children, and that's all there is to it. I don't want to be sexually abused. I don't want to be sexually exploited. I just want to be with my children. So today I was able, finally, after a really long time, like the longest time, again, like 18 months worth of trying, I was able to get through to someone on the phone at the Cook County Courthouse. They gave me the information that I needed.
How come whenever I call somewhere, I get through the first time? Just 18 times?
And they
Was she calling at like midnight when it's closed? You just listen to when the hours are and you call during that time.
said, you know, yeah, there is no court right now in person, but the clerk's office is open on the 8th floor. So go in, you know, Tuesday now I have to wait until, and I have to file another motion, you know, so I'm basically at this point like, well, forget it. Forget the fact that they've been ignoring all the previous motions I filed. Forget the fact that I've been petitioning the court this whole entire time. Let's just go get this over with. Let's just go, you know, finish this. But I need to put this all on the record, because if Tuesday I go and I'm still not allowed to see a judge and I'm still not able to file my petition, maybe then, you know, someone will see, okay, you know, enough is enough. It's 2 years in now.
What did she want society to do? Who on Instagram is gonna do anything about this? Who would have the power to?
Okay. So
She thinks like some big wig or something's gonna come along, some famous rich person is gonna come and sue the city of Chicago or something.
I am hopeful. I'm excited to go back to my place. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, 2021 is COVID.
It's New Year's. I wanted to bring in the New Year's with my children in my place.
I mean, like the end of COVID though, right?
You know, but I'm very excited. There's tons of opportunity.
Actually, no. I think this was actually when I had COVID.
In a new apartment, empty walls, and all the DIYs that I can think of, and so I'm very excited about that.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm trying to just stay positive. It is very hard. I know a lot of people sometimes don't believe that I've gone through what I've gone through or been subjected to what I've been subjected to. Sometimes people think I'm acting or faking or doing a publicity stunt. None of it has been. None of it. It's all been 100% reality that they've been putting me through torture for the past while. So I'm, you know, glad to have it documented and doing my best to put myself back into a happy place. Oh yeah, the reason I brought that up, some people don't believe, you know, that everything has happened, is because a lot of people see me as happy. You know, most of the time I would say 90% of the time I am, you know, when I'm only focusing on, you know, happy things. As soon as I open my mind to all the other shit that they've put me through and try to make sense of it, I become depressed again. So for the next few days, I am going to just make a mental note that I've got everything under control. You know, I am taking all the steps, all the necessary steps needed. I will be in court on Tuesday, and you know, just one foot in front of the other. So I'm hanging in there. I hope you guys are too. That's my update. I hope you guys have a great new year and great rest of the evening. I'll check in with you guys and be posting some DIY stuff over the next few days. But other than that, thank you guys for listening. Everyone who's been following my story this entire time, thank you so much. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, don't think I would be alive today if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.
It says COVID ended in 2023, it says. Well, it stopped being like a state of emergency. supposedly. But I can't remember what year I got COVID. It wasn't 2020, and I don't think it was 2021 now. I think about it. It might have been 2022, going into 2023. I'm just saying COVID was still around, I guess, even after 2019 and 2020. But, I mean, it still could be around right now. Who knows? Did it ever go away? I don't know. I don't think it did. Did it? I think we just gotta live with it now. Like the flu. But I will see you guys tomorrow for something. Heavy hitters. Some heavy hitters. And something else probably. See you guys then. Thanks for hanging out. Toodles for now. What?